Twitter. So let's get started. I quickly want to do my analysis on Nasdaq and US 30 before I even like proceed to anything. I wanted to do my analysis on Nasdaq and US 30 because we have like roughly 30 minutes before the market start cooking. So first of all, let's start with Nasdaq. And today it's a little bit different. Yesterday, you guys remember I said that if it's consolidating upward, you're expecting a drop, right? Unless there is something different. Now, the only problem here is you guys can see that oftentimes when Nasdaq gets to drop at 9:30, it would have recovered from the previous day's big drop, right? So the previous day before yesterday was a big drop, and you can see that Nasdaq was stuck at the bottom. It never got to the top, so that explains why this buy was here. I think around 2:10, while I was away, I did this analysis and I was waiting for the market to come back to this level. So at 2:30, it was already at the level, but I was not in a trade. I was not even paying attention to Nasdaq at all. I did not set my alarm, and that's the reason why now I have my alert set that every 2:20 I will be alerted about Nasdaq. That way I will be paying attention to the chart. But yeah, today I don't want to miss out. Now today, what do I think is going to happen? If yesterday was this bullish, and there's a very high chance that the market might want to continue in that direction, but you guys can see a pattern in this thing. All right, you can see a pattern in this thing. So um today I think there is a possibility that the market might actually drop, but that depends on what happens in the first 5 minutes of 9:30, right? If it start going down for the first four like maybe 5 minutes of 9:30, I like to see it break below this level. All right, I like to see it break below this level. Now the way I do my analysis on Nasdaq and US 30 is different. You don't see all those plenty OB, other block and all that, because those things they don't mean shit to Nasdaq. Yeah, they don't actually have anything to do with Nasdaq. It doesn't respect your zones and all that. And some people might say, okay, but look at this. This is like a break, a retest, it came back, and then it's going down. But you can see that movement. This is not the type of movement anybody who is trading Nasdaq is coming here to look for. This pullback like this is not the type of movement that we're looking for. Everybody who is trading Nasdaq, and you can quote me anywhere, the moment you open the chart, what you want to cash is all these sharp drops or big moves to the upside. Now, you can make money from this type of movement, yeah, but the problem is, are you going to be contented? Are you going to be very patient to wait for it to move and spend all those hours before getting to your TP? Or you are going to be human and agree to the fact that the market wants to either drop quick, or that is what you are going to be looking for? And in most cases, also, this is what you get. All right. So let's say you are looking at this high and you're calling this like a change of character, a break of structure, whatever you want to call it, and then you are looking at this top for a sell during 9:30. One thing with Nasdaq is, if 9:30 have not clocked, and this is 9:30 around here, this is 9:30 reaction around here. If it hasn't opened, you never can tell if the market is about to go in that direction. So it will just keep going until violate your area or your zone before finally deciding to drop. Yeah. So that is the issue with Nasdaq, particularly, and uh, what is it called? US 30. And today we're just going to be looking for a way to see if we can capitalize on that information. Yeah. So US 30 is the next one. So yesterday, I think we predicted this one correctly yesterday. You guys remember what we talked about for US 30, yeah? But the thing is, at 9:30, it actually went down real quickly at 9:30. So it did not get to that zone, or at least this one was reasonable. If you were trading US 30 yesterday, you would know that this one was very, very reasonable because it was at the top. So I could have very well taken my trade based on the sell on this one. So I could have very well predicted the sell here, and I'll be happy with it. Something like that, because it was close to the top, unlike Nasdaq. Yeah, but I did not take any trade. Yeah. So um what do I expect might happen today? I think today US 30 might likely buy to the upside because it is consolidating downward. You guys know I like to take the opposite direction of what the market is doing pre 9:30. Yeah. So pre 9:30, if I see, please check EURGBP. All right, I'll do that for you. So pre 9:30, if I see that the market direction is like consolidating upward, I like to bet against that direction because that's what I've seen in most cases. For example, look, it's going upward, you expect a drop. It's going upward, you expect a drop. It is only when it is going down like this. Can you see? It's when it is going down like this that you expect a buy. And for today, it seems like it is going down. So we are just going to be expecting a big buy today. Another thing to note though is that the US government is still shut down. Like, they are still having that it's what we call strike here in Nigeria. But in this case, it's entirely like it's the entire US economy that's literally not economy, US government that's literally down. So we'll see what we do. Good morning, boss. It's actually afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How you doing, bro? Hey, thank you so much, Pinky, for the likes. Guys, please help with the likes also, all right? I really need to get up there. And I know a lot of you are expecting me this morning, but then I wanted to change things up a little bit. I wanted to trade US 30 today at 9:30. By the time it looks like we have 24 minutes to go. So I'm just preparing now for that. EURGBP, that is EURGBP. Okay. Hey, thank you so much, Cloudy, for the flower. I appreciate that, bro. So EURGBP, yesterday it did. I think all the Euro pairs yesterday did something similar. Yeah, you guys remember how we took a trade on Euro USD yesterday, and it did us this same thing. Yeah, you have like a change of character. You expect a buy from this zone, and then it wicks you out, and then you decide to go your way. Now, what that signifies is that the market is you are not wrong with your analysis. You're not wrong with your analysis. It's just that the market has another thing in mind, and you really cannot predict what the market is going to do. All we can do is to spot a pattern and then we play along with it. So you play with the pattern, it works out, but not in your favor. It is what it is. You just move on. But then you guys also remember how we said that even that target was to be around this area. So it's all what this shows is that we are actually right in our directions and with our predictions of what the market is going to do. So if you would have taken a buy from here yesterday, and hopefully you waited for confirmation before entry. But I believe if I was to take a buy here, I would have taken this loss. So I'm not going to count it as a win, even though it went in our direction, as you can see. All right. So he went in our direction, although he wicked that position out. So it probably is the same thing that happened to us on Euro USD yesterday. This was yesterday's trade on Euro USD. This one took me out. Some people were still stuck in the trade, but it is obvious the trade, um, I don't know. And during the night, during the Asian section, something unimaginable happened. You guys can see that long ass week on Euro USD. I don't know how that happened, what caused that, or what we can take from that. But this is not an analysis about Euro USD. So I'm going back to uh, Euro GBP for now. But I just wanted to compare the two of them to you. And there is a little bit of a similarity here. You can see two of them came down, weak us out, gave us the same perfect confirmation to get into the trade. But then it went against us, right? So um let's see if we can get something else done today. One thing is sure, one thing is certain, it went to grab liquidity. So taking a buy from this low is not really that attractive to me. All right. Hey Keisha, what's up? I see you, I see you, I see you. Good to have you again today. All right. So one thing is sure, one thing is certain. This thing is liquidity hungry and is going after every possible liquidity. So will that affect my trade here if I see a change of character like I am seeing right now? Not really, but I'm not going to be taking a trade on Euro USD yet because I'm waiting for a trade on Nasdaq or US 30. So when those two are done, I can pay attention to Euro USD. However, if I had to be in a trade on GDP, sorry, on Euro GBP. I think I already have everything that I planned playing out, so I just would have flowed through. All right. So yesterday was when I drew this, and I said the target for this trade overall will be here because it was the one that took care of business before going down, right? You can see it cleared liquidity to the top here and then broke structure to the downside. So you expect a retracement, and the retracement can be in two ways. It's either it comes for internal liquidity, which is the first target for this buy from this bottom here, or it goes for mitigation. And at the end of the day, what you can see is that it has gone for mitigation. So I expect this market to keep going down until this structure now breaks for a continuation, right? I mean, break, retest, continuation, break, retest, continuation. And you might be wondering, what about this one? It never went for liquidity, or it never went for liquidity, or even did a mitigation. Yes, that is true. Uh, Look at where the market was coming from. It is external to this last reaction. And if you agree with me that the market is going for two things here, liquidity or mitigation, it means this trade actually is valid because it actually took liquidity. And liquidity for me are of two types. The last reaction to where you would call a protected low, which is something like this. If I wanted to take a buy with respect to this push up, this would have been my buy area. All right, this would have been my POI for a buy, right? So I don't know, let me zoom in so that you guys can see clearly. So if I wanted to take a buy with respect to this push up, this would have been the low that I would expect a buy from. All right, sorry, it's pretty zoomed out on the TikTok. All right, so this would have been the low that I would expect that buy from. That reaction to that low before the first break of that low becomes my liquidity, and anything beyond that level, if the market reacts to that area and start going down, I accept it as a retracement. That is what I've always traded with. That is what I've always said. Yeah, so seeing that causing another break of structure, it tells me that that high is actually a strong high, and any sell from there is valid. And this is why I had that prediction from there yesterday. So if you ask me what I think about Euro JPY, sorry, Euro GBP, since it has broken structure to the downside here, I think the next line of action will be, you can expect a pullback to somewhere around here and then a drop. Why? Because if you take a look at this, the market has pulled back significantly, even taking its own internal liquidity. Yeah. So it took its own internal liquidity and then broke structure internally to the downside. Yeah. So you see that structure break to the downside here. That confirms that this base is good enough for itself. So if you minimize this one now and you draw a box, my bad. So if you draw a box around this reaction here, you can look to continue that trend to the downside. For that guy who is asking of Euro GBP, this pair is actually quite fascinating because it is respecting all the zones, and I expect this one too to play out. So at some point today, I believe it's going to pull back and tap back into this area, and then you get a continuation to the downside. All right, guys, please, let's not forget to like. Let this relationship not be like one-sided. As I'm giving to you, please give to me as well. So please, let's take this live section to 5k if we can. And let me not forget what brought me here. There's still a little bit of time. Bitcoin, I think, is going to remain in a buying condition. Hey, Roshex, what's up? I think this one is just an inducement based on what I'm seeing, but I expected a reaction from this zone. So looking at this, you see that this is a pullback, and the market is reacting to it. Now, this reaction is not good enough. If you are seeing this place and you're thinking, yeah, well, there was a break of structure, because this is what our eyes are always attracted to. Yeah. So this is Bitcoin now, 15-minute time frame, in case you're not seeing it. So there was, in case you're seeing this and you're seeing it as like a change of character, a retracement for yourself, I don't think, even if it's going to happen, I don't think it has all the full criteria for our trading, right? For our strategy. One thing that our strategy needs to do is, yes, a break of structure, which happened here internally, but overall, you can see that temporarily the market is in a downtrend. Yeah. So if you zoom out, you see that there was this break of structure here, which means you expect a pullback and then a continuation. A pullback happened, and then you expect a continuation to the downside. But internally, there is a structure that is being followed, and that structure is yet to give way. The last low is this one. All right, this is the last low that printed that high. So ideally, you would expect that the market will come for the liquidity, and that is what it has done, in my opinion. All right. So this is like a break of structure and then a retracement. Now you might be wondering, how about this middle one? Yes, there are two zones here. It's either you take it as a support, which it did on the first one, and then it went up. Now maybe it came back for liquidity. If that is what it has done, it means the next target will be this place as liquidity. All right. And remember, this is Bitcoin. It is really struggling to keep going up, and the reason why Bitcoin is stalling, in my own opinion, is because gold has the upper edge right now. All right, because of the war and everything, everybody's putting their money into gold, so there's not too much left out to invest into crypto, somewhat like that. I don't know if you guys have paid attention to this crypto and gold relationship. uh, Gold is a very liquid asset. Countries believe in it, not just uh, us. Countries believe in it. Countries store their value. It's a store of value, which means that if there is a case of uncertainty, there is a high chance that the market, that people are going to invest more into crypto than things like stock or Bitcoin, which is kind of like still shaky. All right, it's still shaky at the moment. Yeah. So even though Bitcoin is struggling right now, I feel like the moment the pump in gold dies down, Bitcoin is going to recover, and is going to recover very, very quickly. And the fact that it is still playing around 120K, that tells you how strong it is. Because if it was not strong, the fact that gold is taking all the money would have pushed it down already. Yeah. So if you are taking a sell at this level, I don't think that sell is going to hold up. I think what I will wait for instead is to wait for the market to come back to this zone. If that sell will work out, I think, even if, like I said, if it's going to work out, it should not go more than this. It should not go beyond this. And that's like a cool one to trade, but I'm not interested in that type of trade. Instead, I'll wait to see what happens. Another thing to note though is, for this buy to be valid from this level, this buy that I would be waiting for, since I've missed this one, for this buy to be valid, first I need to see a break of this structure to the upside. There have to be a break of structure before a valid base or a valid low or high, right? So since there is no break, if there is no break of structure and this market gets here, I will also be skeptical about taking a buy from this level, because that makes it invalid. Yeah. So I would like to see, what I would like to see is this: a push above this level, pull back, and then a continuation. That's what I would like to see. I definitely will not be taking a sell here because I don't trust it. I don't trust it. What's happening with GJ? Saw some massive volatility just now. Yes, the market is not being manipulated by the brokers, if that is what you are thinking. Rather, I think the market is being manipulated by fundamental activities. I mean, at this point, anybody who is following the war in Ukraine or the war in Gaza should be tired of even hearing about the news already. So you see, you wake up in the morning and you see one country threatening to do this to Israel, or the other one threatening to lay a sanction on this one. And at this point, it's becoming like it's a game that they are playing with us, yeah. Because they create that uncertainty. There is no settlement in the market environment. You are thinking, is the war going to blow out the next day, or is going to continue with all this all talk and no show? And you cannot really rule out a statement by a strong nation. Yeah, there is always this uncertainty. It might be true, it might not be true. We all remember when Israel bombed Qatar, you know claiming that he was targeting some particular people there, and there was this, everybody was expecting a retaliation, and they dropped a big statement saying they will retaliate and all that, only for a few weeks, or sorry, a few days later, Israel did some weak ass apology and nothing happened. Yeah. So we have seen that play out a lot, and I think at this point they have understood the game and they are using that to keep people in the loop. You are always expecting what is going to happen. Is US going to bomb Venezuela? Is there going to be an all-out war and all that? So it is a perfect market condition for them to manipulate and make you lose money. But you, on the other hand, if you're not paying attention to all those informations, you might think that you understand what is happening. You might think that you understand the fundamentals and all that. But the fact is, it's going to keep playing out like that. It's going to keep happening like that. And all you can do is just to look for a pattern in that behavior and then trade it. You cannot fight it. You don't have the ability to do that. You don't have the information to do that. So that said, for Bitcoin, this is what I'm expecting: a push above this level, a pullback, and then I'll be interested in a buy. Now, it is 10 minutes to Nasdaq and US 30, and like I said, I don't want to miss out, so I will be staying on US 30 and Nasdaq. Whichever one gives me the best entry opportunity is the one I'm going to be trading. Two of them are quite good. All right, two of them are quite good. Now, another thing also before we leave the Bitcoin is based on trend line, because I know a lot of you are looking at trend line and all that. Based on trend line, this looks like a break in the trend, and there is a high chance that the market might decide to drop from here. But like I said again, I'm not buying it. I don't feel like that's true. US 30. So comparing these two, I feel like there's a lot of aggression because yesterday, one thing I used to do, or one thing I for Bitcoin right now, no decision. I'm not doing either. I'm not buying, I'm not selling. I'm just waiting for a better confirmation, especially since I just came on the market. It's not a good advice to just jump in and then you think you see something and you start acting according. No, no, no. But for now, let's just pay attention to Nasdaq or US 30, because I mean it is their prime time and we're expecting some serious move in the market. Now, what am I going to do with this? It's 10 minutes to go. It's almost nine. This is 9:20 right now, and there is this break to the downside here. So just so I don't miss out, I will be taking, like I'll be making a limit order around this level. All right, my stop loss is going to be above this level, somewhere around here, because I see a break to the downside and the market has been pumping to the downside. However, I was the one that said that if the market is going down during like before 9:30, then there's a high chance that the market is a buy for that day. And if the market is going up before 9:30, there's a high chance that it's a sell for that day. But looking at the pressure the market used to recover from yesterday's 9:30 news, I believe that today it might use that to recover even to the higher ground, because for 3 days now it has been going down, down, down. I think today might be a day where it decides to change that or continue, because if that is what it's doing every 9:30 for the past 3 days, why should I change whatever it is that is happening? But regardless, after 5 minutes, after the first 5 minutes, I'll decide what to do. So for US 30, what I should be doing and what I expect you to be doing right now is to be calculating, like the potential lot sizes to use, because you trade only on lower time frame. Yes, is that a problem? And I don't trade on lower time frame anyways. I'm just answering you favor. I don't trade on lower time frame. I do my analysis on 1 hour, 15 minutes. But I guess to you that might be a lower time frame. So right now I am doing my calculations on my pair. I have two accounts, so I need to be very quick with my USDT. Right? Let's see the second account here. USDT. So I'm just checking to see what, because again, um, how do I even say this now? Any trade that you are taking, you need to calculate your stop loss. They are different from different brokers. Yeah, they are very very different. Like you might see 0.2 here, worthing nothing on one broker, and then on the other broker it's a different story entirely. So please recalculate anytime that you are taking a trade on these pairs. All right. I don't know why I cannot set limits for this. Sell limit sell. For some reason on this broker I cannot set limit. It's kind of confusing. I don't know why. So let me try it on the other one. Let me try this on the other one. Alright, so for this other broker it works. We're risking this now. So for US 30, I'm not sure if this is going to work. Again, US 30 is more like how do I explain this? It's more like NFP, where you can never really be too sure what is going to happen here. But for now, this is what I am going to go by on US 30. So on the 15-minute time frame, you guys can see that the last break of structure was this lower one here. But since we are talking about US 30, I've decided to put my stop loss above this one. So let's see if that works. I might be getting tapped even before the equity open, which would be nice if I can get tapped and start going down before the equity opens. So I'll be targeting these lows here. Hopefully, that is what the market is going to go after. If it doesn't tap me in, it is what it is, right? And I don't know why the other broker will not let me set limits. It's kind of weird. Calling me. This one. Let me set limits. Set limits. Why is this on 10x? It's the same price. Two minutes to go. Let's see what happens. It might be a loss, it might be a win. You never can really tell with this asset class. Uh, so let me. Yeah, so I would have loved if it triggered before going down, but yeah, it is what it is. Let's see. Regardless, if I don't get triggered and the first 5 minutes of the candle plays around for too long, I will still get in manually. All right, but I just want to have a limit set. Now for Nasdaq, like I said, Nasdaq is a little bit hard to decide right now. To sell this pair, I would have loved if it was, like leading upwards. If it was doing something like this instead, I would have loved to sell it. But this one, it is consolidating downward, and that makes it difficult to decide. All right, this is what I would like to see. not the other way around. So this tells me that there's a high chance that the market might decide to just buy instead of sell based on Nasdaq. But I will just risk what I have on US 30 and see if there is a chance. There's a chance I'll be successful at it. So it's 1 minute to go. Let's see what the market has for us. All right, so that's it. I'm triggered on US 30. I'm triggered on US 30. It's not even showing up on the chart yet, but I'm triggered. Yep. So let's see. Does the market go in our favor? I think it's rising, but it's still dancing. Let's see. First 5 minutes determines what is going to happen. Nasdaq, on the other hand, seems like it's going to go down, right? Still trying to decide. So US 30, this is the one I'm in right now. I'm currently looking at break even or profit, but as you can see, it's just flowing, it's just playing around there. So if you want to take the trade, what pair? This is US 30. I keep saying it. US 30, US 30, US 30. So this is US 30. I'm currently in a sell. Hopefully, it maintains that direction. I'm currently in this sell on US 30. Hopefully, it keeps going in that direction. And Nasdaq, on the other hand, is undecided. You can't be too happy when US 30 gives you first instant as profit. It doesn't always work out like that. Sometimes it might be liquidity grab and then it goes against you, but hopefully that is not the case for today. So you can see what I'm talking about here. Came down, took that as liquidity, and there's a high chance now that this market might go against us. But let's see. So yep, I think it's going the other way around. Oh, so that was view once. Okay, so it took me out there. It took me out there. Now I am going to engage for a buy. I'm going to engage for a buy because why not? Let me see. It took me out for 0.02. So now I'm in for a buy, and stop loss is going to be there. So now that it has taken a direction, I believe it's going to go for a buy. So I'm going for a buy here. My stop loss is right here. So you guys see how it came, gave us like a glimpse at profit, and then now it is, playing around basically. Them day, where them day. So again, like I said, I got back in and expecting a push back up now. So this is the position that I got back in. It's normal for US 30. I expect that to happen on US 30. So that is the approach I normally use when I'm trading US 30 and the likes. So let's see how this goes now. I'm looking to buy up. Trade at a time. So I got in on the other account way better. That's why that one is already in profit. This one was all the way up here, so I'm currently in a drawdown on this one. What's going on with BTC? I'm currently trying to manage this trade. So Bitcoin, it's nothing has changed now. Nothing has changed if you ask me. S30. This is the one I am concerned with right now because this is the trade I'm currently in, and as you can see, I'm currently in a drawdown. So trying to see if I can manage it squarely. Can you look at gold? I'll look at gold when I'm done with this trade, please. When I'm done with this trade, I'll look at gold, okay? But for now, I need to manage my trade, so I ain't looking at shit. So first 5 minutes of US 30 closed, and it's a little bit bullish. So I think the next one might be a bullish candle too if it does flip. But for now, it's, I don't know, still undecided. Still undecided. So let's see what happens. I'll look at gold just a moment here. Let me see how this trade is. I'm currently in a drawdown, so playing around my TP though. Playing around my entry. You can see there. I've already taken a loss prior. You can see. So just trying to see if that is going to help me recover and maybe possibly give me some profit. So seems like it's recovering right now, and I think the next 5 minutes will decide. So currently, it's looking good. I've even scaled in on that trade. This is what I'm looking at right now. So I remember back at 2023. This is the way I trade US 30. I enter with like uh first position small. If that takes me out for a loss, that's a signal for me to take a buy, and that's the origin of this saying that a loss is also a signal for another trade. You get me? It's good, bro. What? No, Vicky. Sorry, if I'm not reading your message, that's because my entire attention right now is on this trade. All right, I would like to manage it. Like to see what the market does. I think it's going to go in our favor, though, for real. And this is one of the things that makes a lot of traders not recommend trading this pair, because it is kind of, it's not the best pair to give signals on. I mean, how can I be giving this signal right now when I'm actively monitoring and making decisions on the pair, right? So again, like I said, I'll look at gold, don't worry, but let me manage my trade first, and then we talk about that. So currently, even if I close now, I should have recovered the first loss of the day. Today, you can see that was the first one when I was trying to sell. All right. So even if I close now, I should be okay or about okay. But I think it's going to go further. I think it's going to fly up because US 30 doesn't. It doesn't just open and consolidate like that. If it does consolidate, it is what it is. But it's not something that happen quite often. So this is the first bullish candle. This one is the first bullish candle. So let's see if the next one is going to continue from there. Nasdaq, on the other hand, is stuck. So I guess we made the right choice by trading US 30 and not Nasdaq today. So another thing that I've noticed again, yeah, is if you were to stay on the 1 minute time frame here of US 30, you will notice something. So first it went for liquidity and then it came back to do a retest, which is something that I used to pay attention to back then. But these days I just like to stick to like the 5 minute time frame and make that decision based on the 5 minute time frame. All right. If you ask, the target for this is like I am targeting the high now. Since I was targeting the low and the market did not want to go for the low today, so now I'll be targeting these highs. Hopefully, I'm able to take out this high that is here. All right, just like it did here. So hopefully, I'm able to take out that high. So Nasdaq on the other hand is just going down. Okay, so this one is more subtle. Nothing. It doesn't give any headaches, and it's just going in the direction it wants to go to. All right, just going in the direction that it wants to go to, which is quite cool. And we talked about it here. There's to look for a buy here is not really the best option. Yeah, it's not really the best option. Why? Because the market is so overbought. Yesterday was a very big move to the upside, so the market was so overbought for Nasdaq. It was hard to make a decision on Nasdaq. But US 30 on the other hand was a little bit better. You have directions, you can target liquidity and all that. So let's see. US 30 is still playing around, which I don't like. 9:30 usually is seen as the time where you expect a lot of volatility in the futures market, and since it is playing around like this, it doesn't give me a lot of confidence on that trade. So I might actually decide to just like close it or just give it a little bit more space since I'm not risking too much here. Nothing here proves that the trade is invalid yet. Nothing. So we keep holding. Sorry if you're sending a message or a comment. I'm not reading that right now. I'm just monitoring my own trade, okay? So after that, I will explain later. So there's like the move today is not really that quick or big, but let's see what happens. I kind of feel like I should take a buy on Nasdaq also since it has done this liquidity clearance to the downside here, but I'm not convinced yet. I might if I see a sign. I might because two of them has to move in the same direction, obviously. So if I see a sign, but I would like to see that sign on like the 5 minute time frame. I'd like to see a bold candle close on 5 minute time frame before I make that decision. US 30 is still playing around and even deeper right now. But let's see. about break even for this trade, but it's quite okay. All right, let's see if the next candle can break above this resistance that it has created. That means we are good to go. So for now, we keep holding. So I'd like to see it break above this level of resistance. That is going to give more confidence in the trade. If not, then it means today is just a consolidating day, and that won't be nice because we want to make profit, right? Looking at the last 15-minute candle that just closed, I think it's just going to do the same way the 5 minute closed like that, and then the next one was a bullish one. So let's see if that is what is going to repeat here. It's either that or the market will just choose a direction to go downward. Any of these two works. Guys, let's not forget to like, okay? Oh boy. Guy, my keep it there with you. Yo, yo, yo. Let me down. What are you doing? You reach our turn today, no one move fast, Abby. Think we good. What is Nasdaq doing? Still pushing down. US state is still fighting. So at this point, what is making me hold this trade is because we had earlier taken liquidity to the downside. Yeah, we've earlier taken liquidity to the downside. We've done a break of structure to the upside. So basically, I expect this to be a break, retest, and then a continuation. All right, that's what I expect from here. Oluwa, joy is coming. Yeah. In the morning. Yeah. All right, if this is a retracement, I think it should be done now, and we should be expecting a pushback. But if it is not, then we should be expecting to hit our SL very soon. But I still think it's a retracement. Looking at the 1 hour, sorry, 1 minute, the only thing that could make you feel some type of way is the fact that it has already done that retracement. So what is it still looking for here, right? So let's see how it goes. Another thing again, this chart from capital.com doesn't do justice. It's too sluggish. It's not moving the way I want it to move. So let's look for another one. There's so many of them. So let's use Pepperstone and see. Okay, so this is Pepperstone. I believe our entry was somewhere around, yeah, my entry for the buy was somewhere around here. So I'm currently in a drawdown. Oh boy. Okay. My entry was somewhere around there. Stop loss is below here. So there's a high chance I'm getting cooked. All right. Took a loss on that one. Now we can switch back to our FX. The today's trading on, what is it called? On US 30 and Nasdaq is not a go. I think it is consolidating. They are both consolidating and they are not really making a decision of where they really want to go. So let's just stay away from them now and reverse back to crypto. Oh, sorry, crypto and FX, right? Because that's the point of US 30 and Nasdaq. If it doesn't work in the first 5 15 minutes, and what's the point? So looking at gold and going to like the 15-minute time frame. Let me let me look at the comment section now. I'll be in an afternoon. Which one be this? Can you just look at gold? Why should I leave my own trade and look at gold for you when I'm actively trading? I no go even look gold again. What's be your problem? Can you imagine? I didn't say active trade, but still they tell me, can you just look at gold? Waiting concern me concern. I did here for you, now for you. See this guy you. So looking at gold, I'm still not convinced though. Ataya, you see me there actively they manage my own losses. You they tell me say, can you just look at gold? You pay me. Off na sabi talk oh. Yeah, some brokers it might be very, very terrible. On some brokers it might be very, very terrible. But look for the right one. Sometimes if you search 30, you see, like if you search 30 on your MT5, you're going to see various options. So for example, my own broker here, if I search US 30 or I just search 30, yeah, you can see there are two. Look, if you search 30, you can see there are two US 30 here. On this broker, I could not even trade on the first one. It will not let me open the position. On the other broker, I was able to use this one, but not this one. So sometimes you can't trade them where you want to trade them. And that's one of the issues. That's one of the issues with US 30. That's one of the frustrating issues back then. What do I think of gold? It did not break above this level. If it would have broken above this level, then I would be looking for a buy. But since it didn't break above that level and it's coming down here, my attention is shifting towards looking for a sell from somewhere around here for gold. All right, that is what my attention is on right now. Shush. And I think we're still going to need to wait for a while for that to happen. If you ask me, there is no break above. We did not catch this entry for a sell, obviously. So we can use this one now. Usually, the reason why I was not looking for sell here is because gold does this a lot, where it creates liquidity, come back, takes the liquidity, and then it start going upward. So you cannot use that as a change of character, which is what everybody is looking for. And they might be right in this case because you can see change of character. It went back to retest. It even went as much as going for the premium somewhere around here. went as much as going for the premium, which is nice. So if anybody caught that sell on gold, well, kudos to you. But I personally will not be looking for a sell on gold, even when I see this change of character. It's just I would be more happy to take a buy with respect to this one because you don't show us Pepe this week and last week enough for you to understand that that is what it has been doing. So now for this buy, I will not be taking the buy either because as you can see, I've said it already, it did not break structure to the upside, so it makes the buy invalid for me. Another reason is this: there's this double bottom liquidity that it has generated here. All right, so it created this double bottom liquidity here, created this double bottom liquidity, and the market is definitely going to be attracted to it. So since you miss out on the buy, don't go and start looking for a sell now. There is a high chance that you get something like this. There's a high chance that you get something like this to induce you in and then give you a massive drop. Very high chance. If you caught it, what was your entry confirmation? Was this break and retest? What was your entry confirmation? I feel like if you cut this trade with anything other than, you know, a break, and then maybe you were just hoping that it's a change of character, and then you took a sell. Let's say you took a sell somewhere around here, right? For me, I still think it's you got lucky. All right, you got lucky, and it is fine. It is okay, but don't encourage yourself to be doing the same thing because it might get you roasted, right? Well, good one for you there. If you caught it, I believe this is where you entered and you suffered a lot of drawdown, but now it is back in profit, which is good. Everybody wants to see that, but personally, I don't see a confirmation for an entry for gold based on this analysis. So how did you cash it? There is an OB at the 30-minute time frame. Okay, so that this one, yeah, that's kind of cool. That's cool. So anybody who is looking for a buy at this level, I don't think that buy is going to hold. Since the high has proven to be strong and the market is going down, I think you should stay away from any temptations of trying to buy from this level. All right, it's definitely going to give you an inducement. It's definitely going to give you an inducement. But this is what I like to see before taking a sell. Actually, my own confirmation comes after, let's say, a break of this structure. Then there is a pullback. I'll use anything here to drop. Now that is exactly what has happened here. All right, there's a break of structure. It did not mitigate anything, so there is a high chance that this is a very big sell. So anyone who is in a sell right now, kudos to you. Nice trade, nice whatever. And look at BTC doing the most here. So what is happening? What's making gold so strong? Yeah, let's check the XY then. Maybe there's something that we are not paying attention to here. So the XY on the 15-minute time frame, I mean, like, come to think of it, there is really no reason why this would have bought from this level. If you ask me, there's really no reason why this would have bought from this level unless there's a fundamental event. Looking at what the DSY is doing so far, you would expect it to go down to this level before going up. Yeah, so you can see that it is undecided. The XY is really undecided based on this 30-minute time frame. The XY is undecided, which means that if you caught a trade, you are extremely lucky, and that pullback on gold would have really done you dirty. Yeah, so be happy but don't make it a habit. Okay, be happy but don't make it a habit to take trades like that unless there is a confirmation. So let's see. If you ask me where is gold going, since there was an unmitigated area down here, I believe the first target should be all the way down there. This one, cancel it. This one is going to get damaged. All right, it should get damaged. I don't believe it. It's going to get damaged. I am not in this trade, though. So I am not in this trade. Eh? It don't spoil them already, sir. They won't discourage cash. They won't discourage cash. Money no go there. They just want discourage it. No, ATM even actually they okay now. Because people don't. ATM. I don't understand. There used to be charges now. But there used to be charges now if you are withdrawing at another bank's ATM. So, you go see the money.
You know what's here?
Uh-huh.
Because one, banks even like us. See, they like us facing our POS, they even give the money than ATM.
They make money
Because
from them.
one, because
To reduce their stress.
because of transportation, moving people over and about to each different.
It's not an excuse. It's not an excuse.
No, banks.
It can never, cost can never be an excuse as to why you should up. United States is CPOS.
You don't understand it.
It's not an excuse.
Get my
Boss,
point now.
If you say cost is not an excuse, cost should not be an excuse.
Wait
Bank should not
now,
put money
wait.
in ATM. Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
get my point.
Yeah.
Just the
Commot that
no,
cost.
see,
E no fit
see.
be cost.
Wait, you go hear my own. You just dey talk.
You say the cost. Commot the cost first. I no gree.
Oh, don't worry.
I no gree for. Why you go say cost? Bro, it's
not
an
They
excuse.
will chop that money instead of
Banks no ready spend the money. na
Which is what they are trying to stop. Which is what they are trying to
You
stop.
no understand.
police.
Na him here dey
Go
tell
pay police.
Yes, now.
Police.
They will pay escort. They will see all this money wey dem dey spend.
Yeah,
Bank
that
no
time-
wan
Una dey
spend
make
am.
excuse for bank as to why money no dey POS. The
Na
ATM.
wetin dey
They
happen
dey
I
collect
dey
the money.
tell you.
You
You
just dey
no
talk.
understand. I no dey make excuse for
So why are you now sad?
E
But
dey
CBN
wrong.
is going to make sure that there is money in the
E dey
ATMs.
me I dey tell you say e dey wrong.
Eh,
No be say I dey make excuses for bank. I dey tell you say e dey wrong. One, banks no, you see that money, dem no wan spend am. Two, the main ten ance and all these things, bank no ready do am. You know how much e dey cost to maintain ATM? Bank no wan do am. So and then they make money from the sales of money to
my
POS.
oga, you don hear the financial statement of GT Bank for 1 year? Wetin una dey talk say cost? Na greediness.
Oh God of mercy, they get everything wrong.
Eh,
We dey talk of why bank no wan do am.
why they no go wan do am? Na wetin say CBN wan cut? Which country you go go wey be say they
I
don
dey talk of
completely
why
neglect
bank no
bank?
wan do
Na
am.
POS. The only place you see POS is business centers like supermarket and all
No,
those
if
things.
no dey talk say
I no dey make
say
excuses
e make
for
sense.
bank.
Comot
I
that
no tell you
cost.
say-
If you say cost,
No worry,
if you say cost, I no
face
gree.
your life.
No, if no dey actually talk say
In
wetin
dey
dey
in
dey right.
dey in dey
If
like
dey try talk
you dey
say
get the whole
bank
concept.
bank just dey chop, they wan
Na
dey chop
bank
that
dey
money.
see you see all those
They no
money
wan
wey dem
stress
suppose
themselves
dey.
dey comot that money
Now,
dey do all those stuff.
One particular person dey chop am. So
And they
why
still
you
dey
feel
collect
like
money
say
from these
why you
people.
feel like say dem go wan do all these
They
things
still dey collect
right?
money from this POS agent to give them
Exactly.
money too. So you know say
E
na
dey
na win-win e be for
e dey
them.
same no be even win-win like na dem dey the winning edge pass. You no understand na dem dey the winning edge pass. Na why dem wan maintain that
See,
whole ideology of say
Bro, let me tell you something.
money no dey dey
Let me tell you
money no dey dey ATM and they rather give.
Boss, let me tell you
POS.
something. Nigeria is just waking up. No, I say Nigeria is just waking up. There is no system that you create a loophole that people will not exploit. This is that case of Binance. That case of Binance back then, it was not Binance fault. They just saw an opportunity and they took advantage of it. And then when they caught up with it, they stopped it temporarily because you see they do P2P. You understand? So, but I mean, if you make your system so porous, why should I not take advantage of it? Now you see this POS system, just like you have rightly said, them that they enjoy the pass say POS day because it reduces the stress on them. But you cannot be saying you are going for less stress when you are making all this big profit and showing all this financial. See GT that time where wetin dem dey talk, where they say investors they get how many percent ROI. You see their financial statement here. So what are you really making? Just like what this MTN is doing. you are saying that the cost of running services in Nigeria is getting expensive. Meanwhile, the financial statement shows that your COI, your CEO, sorry, the managing director of MTN in Nigeria is earning 70 billion naira per year. So I mean, like, wetin e dey do when you earn 70 billion naira per year? But you say e dey expensive to run. So what is where the idea is dey? So you see why I say cost no suppose be issue. If you say cost, banks are supposed to be employing those people and paying those people. That's why they are an
No, if
institution.
no talk say the cost is the issue.
Na
If
wetin
they talk
person-
say,
wetin
if they try tell you say say bank just dey selfish about
Yes.
the whole stuff.
That is the
about
statement.
bank. Look wetin I dey talk.
You for comot the
You
cost.
understand?
Na I dey tell you say bank, you see that cost, bank no wan do am because e dey an advantage to them.
Now you are talking about
na why you dey na
e
why
just
you dey
e just vex me say you say e dey expensive for
na why I dey no
na wetin you use.
You know say before when POS no dey, on Saturday you see bankers,
you go see bankers dey go work, dem gats go ATM, dem gats do this one. You see all those things ba, dem no wan do am. And e make sense to them because guy,
and bank no dey too choke.
aside that one sef, rate wey dem dey sell to POS this thing e different, like e dey different, and again to another person pocket. So why you feel like say dem wan go through all those stress?
Why you feel like say
Normally they suppose dey do am.
Why?
Na their
bros
obligation.
So they comot
that
time
system
na their
that
obligation.
system wey una dey talk about na dey every fucking sector for this country,
Yeah,
most
no.
especially the fuel sector. Why you feel like say dem no dey give directly, dem no dey give fuel directly to Dangote? Because that middleman thing, dem dey earn money from inside. But that is what you get when your system has loopholes. People will exploit, and that's why I say Nigeria is just waking up. But you see wetin me I get argument with, na the fact that you say e dey too expensive for bank.
I no talk say
Na wait, na how you talk am be that.
I say you see that cost.
Uh,
Say bank no want am.
say dem no fit
Dem
afford
no
am.
wan spend am.
I
I
dey
tell you.
even happy as all those POS dey just.
I swear, dem see ba, dem no. We dey even talk of POS and everything. Even go far. You now on a normal day, go bank.
So like we
say
were
you wan
saying,
collect
yeah,
mint, dem no go.
this
Well, go
This-
go outside go
You
collect
go
am.
see am for. You know these things now. Why you do like that?
this now for me is just an inducement. This is an inducement, and I'm going to try to take advantage of this inducement. If you go to like the 1 hour time frame now, you can see that the previous 1 hour just closed here, and it engulfed all this area. So now I feel like they go use Nigeria and said as usual. You know one thing about these people is, bro. One thing about them, I get problem to pay tax. For this country, I get problem to pay tax.
If you go make am to good use, but lie, I don't get problem.
E never reach.
We never reach that point of saying you go collect tax.
Brother,
You
there
go
is
use am do
there is
anything better.
literally no good use for tax in a country that is not yet developed. Who won't come build business for here when you pay 25% to the government? There is no good use for tax for country wey never develop.
Person send you one.
No be that level of
Person
tax.
send you 800.
Bro, do you know what that thing means? 25%. Do you know what that thing means?
Two people
For a
can
business
work.
owner now, let's say your business is bringing an ROI of 100 million naira. They're giving government free of charge 25 million naira. Which business you want to go make? Which means that, see, the cost na the normal citizen na they go transfer am to. Because if I'm going to give 25 million, I will definitely add it to my cost. There is no advantage for tax of that kind of amount. How you go dey pay the same tax as UK and you no get the same amenities as UK?
Very bad.
You even go amenities.
You sure you understand?
Talk of
Basic
healthcare.
amenities that
Talk
UK
of
healthcare and
healthcare.
now be the amenities that you talk about. You cannot do that. That is just going to kill people.
Even the normal.
Now you see, they don't
normal
deceive them again, just like they deceive them with band A. You remember this issue of band A? They made it so that the normal people will not fight it. How? They tell you if you are not expecting 16 hours in your area, you are going to be
give
bad.
high cost. High
So
cost
all the
areas
traffic
wey
people are
say
supposed to-
people no go fit am. They want the cheap and
Those
eat
ones
small.
no go, those ones no go,
Because
those
those
ones
ones
no
no
go full
complain.
streets now. They no go full streets.
Dem no
So now
complain.
what they will
They
now
want
do?
the cheap and eat small.
See now,
Small.
you see that
Everybody dey
that tax enforcer, you don't talk that thing again now. You say 98% of
Nigeria do.
how they call am Insta blog poster yesterday. See the headline. Nigerians in jubilation. Which Nigerians dey in jubilation? Who they consult? Who be the Nigerians wey they ask when Nigerians dey in jubilation because they say 98% of Nigerians will not pay that tax? But that is how they start. When the people who are supposed to feel the pain and which rich man don come street come do protest. So now if they can't suppress them, they can't silence them, they can't make calm, they can't perfect the system now. They go make calm for everybody. See now, you, the place where you dey, you get 16 hours like completely 16 hours. Wetin they promise at that first hour? They say if you no get up to 20 hours in 1 week, you get a day when you no get up to 20 hours. Report and they will bring it back. Who you want report to today? Now the system where Nigeria dey be that. Ah, any see.
But that 15 to 25% is too much.
See ba,
If you just literally be say any money wey dey come your account, your personal account, you understand na wetin e mean.
Shebi na still same tax dem dey use if dem impose am. That's if they don't embezzle it.
Workers for
na
salary
wetin I dey see, na wetin I dey talk, Sandy, na wetin I dey talk. We just dey talk this thing. If you now, as a person, you dey see wetin dem dey use the tax money do.
Yeah.
Like e dey so obvious, like the country dey improve. If dem tell you make you pay the tax, you no go.
Bro, let me tell you one thing. Let me tell you one thing that Nigeria is not doing. You cannot run a country and completely depend on loan and all the basics. And I mean, the only thing whenever they private, which is even still private in a way for this country now, the military, they're supposed just to change them to private. How do you run a country when you now have to wait for the private investors to pay you first before you make decisions? Compare that to Qatar. Qatar is only producing like 30% more of the fuel that we are producing. But you know one thing, 100% of their companies, 100% is owned by the states. Now the revenue generated from that area, they can use it to give subsidies. That's why you say an average Qatarian.
Okay, 100%.
100% of their production.
It makes sense like that.
It makes sense. You know why? If you have a good system here, that the government is running a good system, that way you can monitor the rates everywhere the thing they go. But in this case now, first of all, you need to deal with production of the crude. That's now what they call generating capacity. That how many barrels per day you produce. Now you give it to a middleman and then wait for the returns. If they make you that middleman, no matter how old you dey, you no go chop money inside. But if it is the government and the system is transparent, Baba, you go make that money times 100.
So where if the government dey handle that one, na that side, na from that place.
Take example here. Do you know what Ibrahim Traore did in that place that changed their business around? Now France was the one handling their gold. Yeah. So they will process it and guess how much they were making in a year from the same production capacity.
18 billion.
So 18 billion was when it came. It was $1 billion they give them yearly. But then he took control of it. Now he would now be the one selling it, and he's making 20 billion. That's exactly what we are inside now. And you are telling us, see, the fuel where they sell today, they don't sell until 2035. Now why they don't talk anything? The fuel generate the production capacity. So those loans where they collect, where they just give them free, where it be like say what bank don't get sense. Nigerians know the reason keep. Then they give those loans with criteria. One of those criteria is you are using you know if you collect loan without collateral. You know that, right? Now one of those collaterals are the fuel production percentage of fund. So today they collect 5%, you're saying a normal thing, a small thing. Tomorrow they collect 10%. This 10% not be for that one production. Now if they continue to go. So now like this, our own fuel in Nigeria we have like 30% of the entire production capacity. 30%. So the remaining 70% is already auctioned out to loan, and you cannot say anything unless you pay back the entire loan. Where you want to go carry how many $1 billion from? When you see they borrow $1 billion. Now wetin Tinubu do the other day? Pay IMF loan. Everybody celebrate. The next day you go and collect World Bank loan. You collect World Bank loan, take pay IMF loan. And if not that, you cannot pay the loan. So indirectly, see you are in shackles. You see you are independent. But see, if they no go ever listen to better analysts, make you tell them the real truth. After all, if you tell them the real truth, business don't spoil now. Evening, bro. Is the sell still holding? Yes, this sell on gold, yeah. This sell on gold is still going to go. Actually, I'm not in the sell. I'm waiting for the pullback. I'm waiting for the pullback to this level. I think it's going to react to this level and then pull back. I'm looking at this level to take a sell on gold. That is when I'm going to enter. So if you entered very early, like Joe, I I think JOH, that's the name. If you entered very early, like you, and you're already in profit, you should secure some because definitely gold is still in a buying market condition. And I don't think this place is going to hold for real. I don't think this place is going to hold. So I see the market pushing back a little bit, give you an inducement. This is what you call an inducement in the market, where you feel like the market is respecting a solid zone here. So it's going to give you that inducement here, make you think that this zone is going to be respected. Something like this. A lot of people who are still aligning with the fact that the gold market is bullish, they are currently trying to buy from this level. That's what you are seeing right now. But paying attention to the last 1 hour candle, you will see that 1 hour candle is very bearish. There is no way this one candle is going to be enough to take out this previous candle. So it's going to be like a two candle formation or like a two candle fight, where this one is going to close indecisive, then the next one is going to push up, maybe the third one. So in the next like 2 3 hours, we should have a decision to make on gold. For now, if you want to be smart, what you have to do is to just like stay and observe. All right, if it breaks this level, fine. If it gets to this level first and it start giving me this reaction, I would rather buy from this low than this one. Seeing this candle here, seeing this very bearish 1 hour candle, I would rather wait to see what the market does here. But if it pulls back, all right, if it pulls back very quickly, I'll take a sell. So I'm also waiting for the pullback. Yeah, exactly, exactly. That's what I think. See, Baba, you see this thing, it takes all of us. So maybe we were supposed to the organized podcast. Not be say all of us move for this country. We get the idea. Now just because we don't get the access to that place. Why they go they do all this? Why creating your minister of food and your minister of works when you dey for TV. Simple question, an opportunity to educate somebody.
Say that listen now, you are too young for
You are too young for
me.
me to hear. Who are you? No, they say who are you? You are too small.
Say you are too small.
You know, no.
Like
Probably
person
I
dey
because
ask
it's fine.
person dey ask you for accountability. You say how
Bro,
accountability
when
and
it
age
comes to media, jabs and one thing. You throw me small like jabs. Even if I won't reply you, I will use jab to reply you. Just like as reply use joke, they tell and say alpha. Even as you record me to, sorry, you report me to Mr. President. Ah yes, you go. If you even talk something like this, reply who are you, sef? Where I go dey report you? E go be joke. E go sound like joke. Then we go continue. But you see that one where you take am serious. Say they say you are too small. You are too. Who you be? Who you be with your face like play card?
Actually, person wey dey go government office no suppose.
Yes, now na jabs. They throw you jab, you reply with jab. Which one be say you are too small? Who you be?
No be money wey dey tax money dey take dey chop. Why do you not this?
An opportunity for you to even actually turn this ship around. You know when they ask you some kind of difficult questions here,
Yeah, you go use smile.
you know say everybody no expect.
You know say I been dey online this morning, but I been see that interview with the other lady, that Mayo.
So again,
The God
yeah.
ask am, that man no even ask am about the postal road. He say who go leave postal road aside. Say wetin dem dey do about major federal road wey dey.
Where dey?
Okeni this thing.
Yeah,
The guy just dey skip, he just dey stop and say, oh fucking God.
no
See
say
who we use
no
as
say
minister
no
of
say
health.
add professor to him name before.
Na then
This
cast
guy come
himself.
ask am where you get the professor from? He come talk say
I mean, like,
sorry,
bro,
I'm
they say
sick,
respect
I
is
just want
reciprocal.
to
If you have the balls to tell me who am I can easily just insult you like that. Now, wetin Rufai do am there?
na you
Because on a normal day, I no sure say Rufai go just wake up tell you say where you get your professor from. If I say they dey on the joking
you know
level,
she say this guy no dey post all those things. This Deji guy, this Deji boyfriend guy, that guy na call APC and you no like Igbo, you no like Igbo people at all.
no be anybody where you see where say they fight for Nigeria, they fight for Nigeria. Some of them na tools where they don't put for there to distract you, to take you from the entire point. You go notice say na only when some major things won't happen, na some of these are celebrity go always do something wey go make the entire Nigeria dey pay attention to them. Some of those things I don dey reason am say omo this thing you go just hear say one big implementation wan happen wey go affect the lives of Nigeria, and there you go hear say Burna Boy and Wizkid don get fight where the whole Nigeria go dey divided between themselves. Like, I no dey talk about them, I'm just using that as an example. But it's sometimes as a celebrity in the nation, you go dey pay attention to the plight of the people too. And I know say Nigerians no be people to fight. Honestly, if I get the opportunity like that, I no go do shit. Only Nigeria you go dey do the right thing. One person go definitely see something wrong about wetin you dey do.
Person wey be say no fit.
the wine. This country will never see, will never reduce. The suffering never
If they
see,
start that
never tire
investment,
us.
all these one wey be say we dey go buy, make go buy car like this, you go drop your 25% first.
They know wetin dem dey do now. Why they don dey go after crypto already? Because they know say na where everybody go switch to be that. Castans dey where they collect crypto already. Shey you get? But they no know say when it comes to crypto, smartness pass smartness. All of them
You
dey
no
dull
fit
for that
ever
place. They
read
dey
something wey be
craze.
say dey this thing, what's it called, decentralized. I wan take
Even if hey shit, I don't miss this Bitcoin trade though. Oof. I was looking for this trade on BTC. Let me see if I can get one entry here. So guys, I was looking for this buy on BTC, but like I said, yeah, this buy is supposed to be valid only if there was a break of structure to the upside here. If there was a break of structure, I would be more confident to take this trade. But regardless,
cash
yeah,
flow no go dey.
if they do it,
Na the thing now.
if
Na
they do
wetin dem
it,
dey try call.
if they do it,
Dem dey try call cash flow.
Na dem go suffer am now.
no be them. Oh.
With the stack wey dey their house wey nobody dey wey dem just get security wey dey look after. Omo no worry
No,
yourself.
I understand. Like say,
No worry yourself.
no, no be that one. Like say, for bank, say money no go dey bank. Bank follow for people wey dey fight for these things now. If they put,
You go dey
if
shocked
they put
say
25% for your business, shey you go leave your money for this thing.
you go dey shocked but see my own major problem with this whole thing now be say an average Nigerian man now dey start dey run and that leads us back to this whole thing wey we dey try of people. You see how the rate of robbery don dey increase small small. You know say in the last 1 month now dem don rob major places for this land.
I'm attempting a buy with a very very small lot size here on BTC. I am attempting a buy with a very very small lot size here on BTC. Reason for that is because there was no break of this structure to the upside. I'm just taking it based on this internal break of structure
Why
here.
is it drop money?
So based on this internal break of structure, I am taking a buy to the upside, but again with a very very small upside, just in case. Maybe it could help me to recover from my stupid trade on US 30. So let me see.
Because
I'm
once
doing
you
that
start
also
like this,
here.
everybody go enter crypto. Bank,
Bro, you know hear the news ni? They say they want to track crypto transaction now. It is that those people don't know it they do.
how you wan take that?
No worry. By
This thing,
tomorrow, next tomorrow now, I'll start to dey arrange courses. Shebi una think say una wise. Youth sef for this country, all of us need to put hand together.
Wetin trust wallet dey?
The craze. Na every transaction for crypto that you say you fit monitor. Before you monitor, the money where you go spend on top my small $100 wey I spend to say you wan track me, only God know how e go take be.
Wey dey do am like this now, they just wan bank,
See wetin dem dey try do here, wetin dem dey try do, dem wan do am in a way wey be say people no go talk. Na why that headline wey I just see am for Instagram, I just dey laugh. They say 98% of Nigerians will not contribute, meaning they are trying to indirectly tell you that 98% of Nigerians does not have up to 800k in their account. Like that is exactly because their first statement say anybody wey no make up to 800k, yeah, and even if you make up to 800k, you comot your rent first, yeah. But now you are using the same you is saying 98% of Nigeria will not pay. So are you indirectly saying that the 800k goes out of the window for now, or you are trying to tell us that now 98% of Nigeria does not have or make up to 800k? And if you are saying that, then why is the president denying the fact that World Bank said 139 million Nigerians are poor? Because indirectly, that's the same thing you are saying. You are saying that you cannot make up to 800k. 98% of Nigeria will not pay tax. But the same you say if you make up to 800 for a year. Do you know what 800k translates to in a day?
It's not up to $1,000.
No, that thing they pay me die. And one of the reasons na because say most Nigerians no actually understand. They no actually understand wetin they just sign up for yet. He build Lagos. He reach our turn now. He wan use tax take frustrate the hell out of everybody.
And some people no like tax for anything.
How you go? You never even educate them reach the level where you say you supposed to dey tax them. If you ask me, I mean, I do my business. Outside man wey enter inside im bush, feed im fowl, do everything, expect me to bring 25%
comot
for you.
25%
How you take help
from
am?
your agreement.
Security no dey, you no fit go farm, make you go farm. Now you don manage, take your risks finish, take your risks, sacrifice yourself. You do am finish, dem say make you bring 25%. What are you adding to me first? See we sef we suppose lay down our own demands. No be say we no wan pay tax o, but as soon as we
They
start
talk
to dey
say
pay
they
tax,
talk say if you
all
get
government hospital is suppose to be free
no
and e suppose to be
they
equipped.
talk say
Ah,
they talk say if you get
It's
agreement
supposed to be free.
and na so e suppose be now. Na
You
wetin
suppose-
tax dey for?
You know, see, you you know wetin dey pain me ba? You dey go so far. When you serve, when dem tell you say as a copper, if you go any wetin with wetin dem call am
NHIS,
health wetin something.
NHIS.
cover you so far say you cover
Omo, you go pay your money. You better no just fall sick, you go pay.
You no go pay care. They'll tell you say the
Dem
drug.
no
They'll tell you say they'll tell you say the drugs.
dey under wetin
No, they will tell you say that particular drugs no dey covered. You know they covered.
you no go pay care.
my papa wey be say na police officer
Bro,
NHIS no cover for him sickness throughout before the man die.
bro, you no go pay care.
Bro,
I say
your
when I dey
pops
that
your pops
place,
own na sickness, yeah.
when I dey that
Person
place,
dey inside operation, bullet meet am, police leave am till he die. For this country,
bro, when I dey that end, ma, I go hospital. Say how far? 6 weeks. They say make I bring money, make dem buy drugs for me outside. God, man.
if this country matter no dey pain you, you never.
You no go write am for you make you go buy outside. You want make you give them make they still go buy outside.
Before, the only thing wey dey there na paracetamol.
Yes, so every other drugs wey you need for your sickness, they go say NHIS no cover for that one.
Bro, I say, oh, fucking hell. Omo, if you sick for there, you're on your own. Oh. You dey on your own.
Nigeria no get you for, like, e no get time for you, honestly. E no get you for mind. Gold just dey drop at places. You see what I'm talking about, yeah? For those who are looking for a buy here on gold, and you see that pullback that I'm talking about, the one that will make you FOMO, the one that will make you think like you are missing out on the trade and all that. That is that pullback. So you definitely have a reaction to your zone, but sometimes some of them are inducements, and you want to avoid inducement by all means. All right, by all means, you want to avoid inducement, and you should also know where inducements are lying in the market, like where you should expect that there should be inducement. For example, the way me I used to detect them is if I see a place that does not break structure, just like that trade that I'm taking now on BTC, and I say that is by God grace and all that. If you see a place that does not break structure, that low is not valid, especially when it is now reacting to a place that now look like a change of character. You might not be willing to take a buy here, but to take a sell here is a very, very risky thing to do. Right? It's a very risky thing to do because it did not break structure. If it doesn't break structure, it is a weak low. Right? If it doesn't break structure to the upside, it is a weak low. All right, so you don't go after it, and then you can add other things like this double bottom. You can add other things like this double bottom and all that, and the fact that there is a liquidity or an untapped area sitting below it. These are the things that I look out for if I'm trying to avoid a bad trade. All right. So the reason why I'm not bothered about this is because I use this one as the first entry, all right. But I know that there is liquidity sitting here, all right. All this liquidity are sitting right here, so there is a high chance that the market might go there. And as you can see, the first position I entered, I'm also waiting for the pullback. All right. So as you can see, the first position that I entered, I said very, very small position here. So I scaled in here. I don't know. Let me try to show you guys what I mean. All right, so you can see I'm in this position for BTC. Very little position because there was no break of structure to the upside. All right, there was no break of structure to the upside, so very little position in a downtrend. There is a very high chance that the market might decide to take this place for SL, but that should not be a thing to worry about. Why? Because you can trust your edge to do the rest. All right, if you take a loss there, I mean, it's one loss for for the day shouldn't be a very big deal.
Then those outside people they don't
See,
like transfer.
make I
E
tell
no be
you
about
something,
wetin
yeah.
dem want now at this point. No be about wetin dem want.
Boss, make I tell you
See
something.
ba, the
These people go
implementation
tax
go
you.
happen.
They go turn blind eye to the outside people because they know say they no go pay and nothing they go fit do.
Na why I dey tell you the implementation
Ah,
go definitely happen.
they go tax you where be say they fit get access to. But you see all those ones, even if they get their account and everything, they go turn blind eye. No be for this country where military personnel wear uniform with gun and everything, they go attend meeting with bandits and you say na tax and they no fit turn blind eye to. They know what they are doing, bro. Anything to secure their vote. If na tax, now they go exempt them for.
You wan tell
Na
me say
normal thing.
you wan tell me say omo we dey even go far, we dey go too far. No, severally ba on Twitter I don
Yeah.
see instances wey be say dem drag person because of
You
tweet.
see? Exactly. This is why, track
Dem
person.
drag person just because of wetin im tweet. Now you dey give excuse say you no fit track dem. Person wey dey call you o, this one na even tweet here to you track am. Person wey dey call you, wey dey line dey active, you dey talk say you no fit track am.
My blood. If you are in this country, you are in this country. If you are in this country, you are in this country.
This country dey pass me guy.
If you are in this country, you are in this country.
This country e go just make you feel like say guy you dey dumb. Because guy what the hell? Like what the
Unavailable is not here, but do you remember yesterday when we were talking about this particular thing that the market might decide to drop down to this level before going up? Yeah, well, that is what we are seeing now. And around that level, before I talk too much, make I first check. Around that level, around that zone, we are seeing an internal change of character here. So I might engage in a buy for volatility index 10.
Get money go use pass.
You never get money now. If you get money, you go still come back.
Guy, if I get money, I'm going to still use bank, guy.
It's you can you stay pay. You know go shop for supermarket.
You carry cash.
Asaya, all those ones not go help you. But no worry. Nigerians, we just see. I tell you something. One thing where I know about us, we say everything dey okay. So far say it never concern you directly. And now waiting they kill all of us with that. You understand? So far say you never.
Concern anybody now, but the problem is that we go still act quiet, we go still act dumb like say we don't know wetin happen. You see that as long as we fit adapt, we fit move on. Every wahala. If we dey move on, go. For once, people just act like say we no fit move on.
They move on to the next one.
Like people just act like say we no fit move on for once.
Who is this? Yeah, who is this? Because they used this no color.
Oh man, I'm active.
When is they?
You see, when I don't make our talk
Yes,
pursue my
sir.
people today, they know they engage with me
For
again.
that user
I beg me
experience.
nobody involve me for
That
conversation
cheap
again.
people.
Let me pay attention to my people. Let's get some winning trades here before I start making mouths. Guys, Abio, but that time never come. When the time come, we'll talk about it. I did they lose money now. I did they lose money now. They know they pay me 25% back.
Money might you suffer.
I'll come win trade finish, make money finish. You expect make I bring.
Make he send you the 1 million like this.
You send me 1 million. So I go get 750,000.
But when you want person know, how did you want them more?
Guy, you lost my head.
Nigeria now.
Oh, guy.
Nigeria. Europe.
I could just make the person alpha. I beg just they send me like 10K every week.
You no matter. They know they collect am immediately. Now end of the year. Now that one even vex me pass. When you don't spend the money finish, then you can't go look for how to give them the 250K. I just dey wait man, I see how they want to put that thing off yet, I just dey wait.
You know
I just dey
what,
wait.
guy, because what do you mean?
So wait.
So if I don't want get money to pay,
You
wetin go
don't
happen?
even you don't even talk 5% to start with. You say na
If I don't
25%.
want get the money to pay,
Aji.
wetin wan happen?
So who won't come open business for Nigeria now? If you not get money to pay, hey, you go prison now. You supposed to make arrangement for am.
Make dem dey play. Make dem dey play.
If you're looking at this right now, I am attempting a buy here on V75. Sorry, on V10 1S on my on my volatility pair. So I'll be posting that to the Telegram channel right now. So for this one, first target is going to be this high. For 1 to 5, that would be nice. First target is going to be this one. Sir, we have different view on BTC today. Like I said, Bitcoin, this particular trade, I've already talked about it now. We don't have a different view. I said this thing has a high chance of going to the downside, yeah, because the market is still in a downtrend. Unfortunately, I did not take that sell because it was coming from a buy. If it does break this low, that is when I'll start looking for my main sell. For now, I'm just attempting this because the market is still temporarily in an uptrend. All right, so yeah, that is why I took. Like I even warned. I said you can see that I did not post this trade in the group. Even the US 30 and the Nasdaq, I did not post it in the group. Only for those who are seeing me do it. If you want to do it, if you want to join in, you can join in. But just know that it's a very risky trade. This one is BTC. This one is volatility index 10. Unavailable. You remember that V10 that we were talking about yesterday, yeah? That V10 that you made me do analysis on. Is it for BTC, Cloudy? If it's for this one, I'm posting it right now in the group channel, in the Telegram group. If it's for this one, so this trade, it went for like a 1 to 5, even though it did not get to the place I wanted it to get to. It went to like a 1 to 7, so I guess that's like a winning trade. So let's cut it at 1 to 5 or something, a break of this structure. Yeah, so now I see, look at what I see now at that zone. You see this break of structure here? This it cleared liquidity here. Cleared liquidity. Eh? Share Bitcoin. I even did inside one trade. I won't take me out now like this for BTC sef. If he still take me out before that ceasefire, I no go affect BTC. Mm-mm. E no go affect BTC. No be wetin dey hold down BTC since. But wetin e fit affect na gold. Gold fit start to dey drop now based on that ceasefire. Meanwhile, if gold start to dey drop, you see all those people wey rush carry their money hide for gold. Look, one thing people no know be say gold here, gold na store of value. You understand? Countries believe in it, not just individuals. Countries, when they talk about countries, exactly, and they even discover again another.
China go they like they
Exactly. So you get the point now.
Yes, na something
E go stand the test of time. Like now, wetin dem dey use during war. Now, when gold is going up, that is why you see that Bitcoin suppose don reach 150K. Now, say that war no dey. So now, when war don dey settle, people are now Bitcoin na something wey people dey na investment. They want to see quick gain. So if at the time where there's no liquidity, people are not putting money in it, you see it might be making some improvement, but it doesn't go up like that. That $37 trillion one. Personally, yeah, I don't see how that is going to happen. The question is this: how do you do it? When it comes to blockchain, there is no enough Bitcoin to go around, except Bitcoin is like when the value is increased 21 billion BTC and a few other stablecoin. But what they are planning to do, according to them, is their own stablecoin, or maybe they can just personalize Twitter USDT and make it their stablecoin. US have done it before with normal currency in the sense that you see during that I don't know exactly the dates, but during that Second World War time, what they did is, since like everybody is fighting against everybody, so if I do anything you cannot sanction me more than you have already done, so they started printing excess money. All right, so now if they manage to have stable coin, and then they can say something like they back it with physical currency, they can just go and inflate the price like that. That is what they are planning to do. But what happens if everybody decide not to use it? Remember, we're talking about the entire world, and we're talking about blockchain here. It's not something that you can just manipulate without anybody seeing it. The moment one news just come outside say they print money out of thin air, that coin don't go. If you hear today now say Tita USDT Treasury just produce coin without any reason, like just print excess, e don lose value be that. So it is also like a double-edged sword. If it work, if it no work, but they go try. Yes, I think they are going to try. I think they are going to try.
They are trying it at the moment. Sef. They try am as everybody wan teach US dollar.
Yeah, they will definitely. Me, I believe they are going to try. They are going to try. I mean, like there's one thing somebody is even requesting. Who is the person requesting? King Slave Football. Are you a forex trader? Because those are the only people I accept requests from. Sorry. Okay, Kingsley Football. All right, you can send the request. I see your comment here, so you can send the request. I'll accept you. Gold buy. I don't think gold is going to buy at this level. I think this is still an inducement. I think it's going to be an inducement. But I feel like there's an opportunity for the market to pull back. There's a big opportunity for the market to pull back here and then drop. And unavailable. I don't think I finished talking about this, and I don't think I posted it in the Telegram channel here.
Come with it. Come back. Come do it.
This country is sweet though.
It's very easier to make money.
Make una dey make money, make
No.
money, no worry. Come back, come do it.
Very easier. But life better.
Life they easier as an average person for Nigeria. You know they easier to make money for you.
But
It's very
life,
easier to make money, make millions for you.
but
No be until you get millions you go make millions. Plus your first talk wetin you get now. If e dey easy, why you never make am?
my life I comot.
Like why you never make the millions?
If I
See, you
comot,
talk about
bro.
ease. You talk about ease when everybody can afford to do it. It's not easy now. If it is easy, why would still the risk
I
money
say
for
I
Forex?
go.
But when you don't get money, let's say you get millions now. If you start any business here, it's easy to grow a business here in Nigeria. But how we want to get the business, none of us do.
Sadi, I go Twitter. I tell this man this guy, I go Twitter. 18-year-old girl, he buy car. No be just say he buy car o. You fit buy car. She buy 2026 car inside 2025. Bro, I dey here, I never fit afford 2003 Corolla. You say e dey easy to make. I no wan even know the company.
Depend on the kind of wey the person carry, wey the person dey take operate now, bro.
No be even, I no dey even talk of Nigerian like, and you dey tell me say e dey easy to make money for here. For here, where I dey so here. No vex me.
If
I know say that
na
2023 car probably na US or Canada carry am. The money dey lower compared to this time. You know,
Even if dem give me price, Canada price, or UK price, or whichever country price wey dem give me, without tax, without importation and everything, I still no fit buy am. You dey whine me.
you never hustle enough.
Guys, you dey wait. Which hustle I wan do wey don pass this one again? You wan make I die?
Wetin you dey do?
Eh?
Wetin you dey do?
You wan make I die?
Which hustle you dey do?
Wetin I dey do?
You see the thing is we dey throw this word at which hustle you dey do? Which
Wetin
business
you
you
dey
get?
do?
Which business you get?
The forex now wey you
Wait,
dey
the phone where you lose. Na how much?
do, go believe that one.
No, we no dey leave that one. We'll start from there. The phone where you lose. Na how much?
Na e reach amount go fit pay tax.
Why you no go start? Why you no go start small barbing salon? You don
No.
try am. Which hustle you dey do where you really dey even say you don too try? You never too try, my bro.
Bro,
You
say
never
na
too try. You no understand wetin I dey try talk. I understand with you
Bro,
say e dey
see
hard
ba.
for you, but no think say you don do everything. You never do everything na.
The barbing salon sef wey you dey talk.
Na just example I said
Wait,
sha.
na very good example.
Mm-hmm.
Na very good example. But go check am now.
Mm-hmm.
Barbing salon now.
Mm-hmm.
If you no be person wey get people wey fit just look say omo make I just based on say I sabi you.
That na lie. Thank God say na you dey attack am for here. That one na lie. That one na lie. If you sabi business na lie. Bro, I get this one from my business seat.
How many people now, you now, as you dey like this now, with your church mind, you willing to change Baba? You willing to change Baba?
I fit change Baba now. Why I no go change Baba? Wetin happen?
You dey change Baba every time.
Na wetin na the mindset be that.
You-
Na the mindset say you no go get
You
you no go get
you don get buy already, nothing wey dey again.
you see where you dey divert the
No be matter of
na diversion guy e no
No
make
be
any
that-
sense when you go say because other people don get their Baba
No
say
be-
you no go.
no be diversion, bro.
Wetin make you go get wetin make you go that salon wetin make you go that salon wetin you make you go that salon before you get that favourite Baba was it your favourite Baba from the beginning
Wey make me go that salon.
wetin make
You fit be say na person dey recommend.
wait na answer no even though no be recommendation wetin make you answer
But
wetin make
You know how many times I don change Baba?
wetin make answer direct wetin make
Wetin make me
so
go?
you change Baba how many times
I don change Baba.
and you dey
many
say
times.
everybody don get their
And you
Baba
like am.
and you no
I
wan go
don't
start
like
business
am.
You like this particular one.
When last Baba?
No, you like this
Ask
particular
me now when last
one. You
Baba?
prefer this particular one.
No! Na im be the thing, na wetin I dey tell you.
this argument wey you dey bring so
Na wetin I dey tell you.
that argument no go
See ba, the moment, see, why we dey even talk this thing ba? Why we dey get this argument of here ba? This Baba thing, na based on say ba, we don dey fucked up already. You don accept fate. Say na the worst wey fit happen with this. E don dey happen. For person wey be say ba, e no dey use im head play. Bro, you know, see, and you know fit how many times you see Davido or
Bro,
these people
the
or
concept
now.
of business let me tell you
I
something
dey hear
you are getting the argument wrong
No
the
matter of
question was
see.
business was it easy to start you are already killing your own business before starting it you are already assuming that nobody is going to patronize you why
See,
that is what you are saying
no be
now
assumption it is.
which one be no be assumption you never
Bro,
start business you say
no be
everybody don get their
assumption.
Baba but
No.
you now just confirm say you don change 3 salon okay your own target now should be make your salon the desired one abi na
No be
competition now.
no be assumption it is. You dey get the whole this thing wrong. Bro, I get people wey don start barbing salon. Bro, in the space
My time. So
in the
BTC
space of
took
1
me out
year,
on that
we
one.
don close am.
Na because they no manage am well because
No be management.
see you know want to be business.
See,
You know say
Bro,
when it comes I don try
bro, make I no lie.
You don carry me.
When it comes to barbing salon, no be man. You fit talk of other businesses,
no
but no
management.
be management.
Ajay, you never do business before.
Management.
I swear you never do business before. I swear you never do business
You
before.
no go hear.
Baba, you never do. No.
You no dey expect
Bring
boys,
better
boys.
argument and I go agree. This one
see
is like
expect boys
See,
wey be
ba.
say you see
Eh.
the money free just go build one classic this thing and you wan make e dey you know say make
the
e
same
dey
you
collect
now. The
100
same
to 100
the same
thousand.
him where they tell me this thing now. Tell me about $10. Where come here and in barbing salon they para now. Why? Wetin be the difference?
See,
Now you go tell me say you no fit start on the same level as $10, but still $10 did not start there.
you know
You
know
the
dey-
argument
see,
no rhyme.
You know they get my point.
I know
You
sure
know
say
they
that you
get-
get point. You
know they
yourself
get
no
my
even get point
You
for
know
that
they get my
statement.
point.
Two of
See,
us no dey get your point. Oh, yeah, now.
No be matter of to start business. When we dey talk of management now, when I dey tell you say management no be him be bad salon. No be management be bad salon. I swear to God Almighty, no be management
Na
be bad salon.
management just
You fit do everything. See, bro, you know wetin e mean say I go just decide now wake up say omo okay make I go this salon. You understand ba? I call your salon now, offer me service and everything. I like your salon. Right. I believe that. You understand ba?
you fit recommend another
And I go
person.
feel recommend
Na
am to that
management
person.
na
Classify that one as
Na
management. Na my
management.
decision.
na management bro.
You know what?
Yeah, I never do business. Let me give you an
Na
example.
my
Bro,
decision.
let me give you an example of
Yeah.
a dead business. Wait, abeg, before you go on. So my mom, and I'm very, very sure if she can be here today.
Bro, you
to
fit do see, you fit manage the business right, but make you do everything right. Make you no work
the
out.
chances of
Yeah,
that
that
happening
business
is
no be your side thing.
The chances,
You
bro.
no sabi am
Wait,
well.
let
You
me
no
ex-
sabi the
let
business.
me
Now,
let's
now,
talk
my
about
question to you,
Mm.
my question to you now is, now you be the barber for the salon, or you just work as a salon?
If you wan manage am well.
Wait,
you
no,
don
no,
you
that's
don be
not.
barber before.
Wait,
Na simple
see,
question
bro.
I ask you.
Make I use question to answer your question. And Dangote they produce the cement for the company. Na $10 dey barb for im barbing salon.
No be $10 dey back for inside.
The barber, the salon where you make your favorite now.
I no get favorite. I no
But
get
you say you no dey change
favorite.
barber na wetin you dey talk, my
I no
bro?
get favorite, guy.
Yes. Plenty those Igbo and Igbo. I notice one thing for this.
No dey even make me pay attention to my life. Guys, so I took a loss here on BTC. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Like it's fine. I'm still within my risk
And at
capacity.
the end of the
Alright.
day,
So,
their oga dey settle them with no or less money.
Kingsley football, abi o. I don't know. It might be boring, but sometimes we need to talk about these things. We need to talk about these things.
You understand? They settle am with
No be driver.
no, no, na my mama dey talk. They settle them with no or a less or no money. Why be say why they dey succeed? They
Bro,
don sabi the management.
Do you know why?
They don sabi person
Boss.
wey go give them this goose. They go sell am within 1 week.
Mm.
Then they go return the capital.
Mm.
Give the person.
I wanted to.
another one again. They don't get trust for the
No go
person. Say, yeah,
far.
so
You see that story where I want to talk? You see that story where I want to talk where you
Don't
don't
say
want to
management, bro.
See that story where you want to talk where you don't
Content
want
go
to Let me tell you something, bro. Wait. You know Kogi now? Naigala Boy.
Yeah.
You know local government.
Yeah.
Now we in the state opposite INEC office of local government. If you study this place, you can know which I talk about. Compared to the garage area back. Now you study beer parlor. My mom has a shop, a mini shop back then, and I'm talking about like 7 years ago. I have a mini shop back then that sells provision, but since she's the only one and maybe her little girl that time that used to help her, she no go feed the drum full size, and even the small shop where they live for her small daughter, she no go want put too much effort there because anything dey happen. Now she sells beer too because I have a tree. Under that tree, people fit stay drink. But here is the catch: if she dey buy, she dey factor in her transport fare inside the distance. So sometimes my brother fit dey on top 2 crates of beer for a week. They sell. He buy am. Why? Because he added 10 naira just so he can get back the distance. Now, if you don't do beer business before, you go know say company go sell you at the price where you automatically supposed to make, let's say 200 or 400 naira on a crate.
Yeah.
Now, to generalize that 200 naira, that's why she added 10 naira. But guess what? Somebody will join bike from our area and go to garage to go and drink beer. What is the attraction in the garage area? There are 2 things. It's either you stay close to the roadside, you see cars passing, or music and all that. It's lively. But you are ready to pay the extra. So, and then what is their complaint? They'll say this woman beer too cost. Now, if me, I come home from school, any of those break where they see me go outside, they carry big money, come back. This is how I got it. Me, I will come house. You get one day, this one now, this one. If you like, go investigate my mother. He will tell you, I came home and my mother was having 15,000 naira in her account. Yeah? And I was like, "Top, mom, see what you go do now." He said, "Top, and say me, I won't use and do something, and people will put them back into business." I said, "I did, and give me 15K. And I'm talking 7 years ago, yeah? Give me the 15K. I took the 15K. I went to our supplier. Of course, we don't already arrange relationship with the supplier already. And then I came. The man now said, "You came with so many crates." We actually had only 4 crates at then because now only 2 she dey shuffle now. So I came with 4 because I had extra. Alright, that 4 saved some bottles not complete inside. I met the man and I was like, "But for like get more, I for like even get other varieties of drink, not just this hero and trophy and all that." And she was like, "Anything, sorry, because like anything I have, I want, I should take. Because that's how they do business. Like I even give it to go and sell and all that." And he gave me all these other incentives, like all those high nets where they join. And he gave it to me. That day, the first this thing, group of this thing were calling like I brought 15,000 back, but let's say something worth about 40,000 all together. You know, I even got this key because she also said provision and all that. And then I took it there. Why? Because if you drink there, sometimes you go call for any of this thing, bro. But the moment I sell that this thing, I go back and I pay this guy. I feel my mom choke from that 15K. Yeah. I know they add any extra. I was selling the same price that they're selling the garage, bro. All I did was to just add lights under that our tree. Put one speaker there. I don't even get football. I don't even get big TV. There, but music there, subtle music. Before you know, under my tree don't full. Now tell me the difference between these 2 business ideas. I made it attractive to people. If I decide to continue the same way when my mother did do, now see that 2 crates. Now you go come and tell me say which person want change salon. How they take change the salon? Come there.
Now, don't talk. Don't talk. Now, I want to throw one subtle question.
Yes, go ahead.
Inside that this thing. you say the difference but na just that little thing wey you do.
On a big thing.
Which no, na
which did not cost money.
Which
Make we talk am because the lights wey I put there, I know all I did was to repair my gen myself, and I dey on gen one from time to time. Go ahead. What's
this
the
one na
question?
one you na something wey you fit do by yourself.
Na management.
Na management bro. If na say okay you go need carry the gen go out,
I go pay for am,
you go pay for am.
and you no go see
You
cost.
go just go meet person wey go go and cheaper.
You no even need dey cheaper, bro. How much you dey fix gen? No be say I say gen spoil.
No,
You no fit just go into business. You
know.
no fit just open shop where you expect say money go just start to dey come. Na you go maintain am, na
na
investment.
the thing I dey talk be
So what
that.
are you saying?
In a situation where you open shop you never dey get returns and main ten ance over you, wetin you go do?
As a
No,
matter
you
of
no go do
fact,
anything
my
over
brother,
you.
my brother, this is the wrong
You no
idea.
fit do-
This
you
is the
say-
wrong idea
you
you are
say-
having. As a
you
matter
say
of fact,
you no go
pass
do.
you
You say you
bro,
go start with
as a matter of fact, my brother, if you dey start
Bro,
business,
you no get
you
any
consider it a loss first.
Exactly.
That's more.
So you no
Exactly.
already lose now. Na wetin you dey try talk?
Now why I dey tell you say there are possibilities.
You
say
said
there are
having
possibilities.
business is not a goal
Okay,
in
make I-
this Nigeria.
No,
That is what
no,
you said.
no,
Make I give you one
bro,
example.
no
Make I
be
give
go
you
to
make I
at
give you
all.
one example.
No be go to. If
Make I-
now see, I
make
was
I
still
give
stand
you
on
one
that.
example.
Okay, on a good day back,
Uh-huh.
on a good day back, maybe I you carry my phone.
Yes,
Go visit having shops where they around.
Anyone wey no dey do well,
Bro,
he never put in the right effort. Trust me. Na me
But
dey
you no
tell
sabi
you.
back.
Or he just open and spark. See, so many people they open business without a vision. They open business because they just want to have a business. This place where my babe dey rent now, where we wan build that salon for there. Somebody don put in container. 3 days later, he say he no dey see business. You just come, you never establish stronghold.
Hello?
You dey expect say customers go start to dey
You
come.
don get there.
You wan tell me now say, and na the same business you wan go start. So you wan tell me now say if you start that business, na the same way we
You
go
know,
give
you
up.
come
na
there,
see,
no come.
na different vision. You understand that? I understand that one.
Na dey
But
come.
me, I still
You don
dey
get
put
there,
am
dey
to
come.
you. Say on a good day,
Na dey
bro,
come, na dey come.
Uh-huh.
Moku has different saloons.
Mm.
Moku go.
Mm.
Moku do fine things, bro.
Mm.
Na just see ba. Na just make some people just
Dey wait for
some
me.
people just still dey this thing.
See, bro, you know wetin go happen? Me personally now, because of this conversation, I go make sure say I pay this room. We go start podcast.
See ba.
So that people go come dey for comment section, make dem judge.
On a good day ba, we go just do am.
Yeah.
See, some people still actually just dey the
Sometimes
business
people
to
think of
avoid
that,
that shame. Say, omo wetin
Why
people
will
do?
you see? You don't get the point now. Why the fuck will you think about what people are going to say when you are starting a business? How is that business going to grow?
I know they talk of start a business. You don't dey
You
the
say the
business.
shame. You just talk shame now.
I said you don't dey the business.
Yes, now.
You don dey the business already. You understand? Na why I talk say on a good day ba, say make we just comot. Make we ask.
Don't
worry,
make we ask.
I will give you
ask
update about
different-
this conversation
make we
later.
ask different people.
Eh,
Saloon.
eh,
Say how far bros? How
eh.
this business dey go for you?
eh.
You go hear talks. Your mind go dey.
Of course, there is no businessman. There is
be
no
say,
wait.
Me,
wait.
I dey try tell you ba.
Let me
I
counter
dey talk.
you in
I dey
this.
talk this thing ba.
Let me counter you a bit.
Okay.
Any shop now where you go to for this Abuja, whether the one that is doing so successful
Or not.
or not, and you ask them how business, I dey
Completely.
very sure say they go tell you say business no good. But why they never close shop? Why they never close shop?
Because bro, some
Because-
of them na the only
Because they
thing,
choose to be persistent,
na the
simple,
only thing
and they are
wey
trying
dey-
to
wey
see
dem
how
dey
to
bank
figure
on
it
with
out.
that. Exactly.
That is how you are supposed to treat a business, and you should be thinking of how to
Now,
improve it.
now, now,
Eh?
that brings me to that question.
Mm-hmm.
You say those big this thing ba.
Uh.
You say okay, complaints go definitely dey.
Yes.
But I kid you not ba.
Uh,
Some of them
mm,
still get the capital
uh,
to push through. Say okay,
Uh.
CIB.
you see,
But in a situation now where we say omo, na just all you get.
I don't discover your problem now.
Na just all you get.
I don't
put
discover.
in that
I don't
business.
discover your problem now.
I dey hear
You want to start big. I swear
be-
to God, that's your
see,
problem.
bro.
You don't want to start in a shameful manner.
No be.
You don't want to. You
Bro,
just
no
feel
be-
like
I swear to God, no be start big.
that's the issue.
I swear, no be.
You talked
see,
about shame when you're talking about business.
No.
Shame.
You no understand. I bring in that whole shame idea of say okay, if you don dey the business, you know dey go well.
Why you know they go well? You know, ask yourself.
Why you know why? Like
Okay, so for
no,
example now,
anything
wait,
will happen.
wait.
Anything
For
will
example
happen.
now,
Brother,
for
you
example,
never attempt many things wey
bro,
you later back down
bro,
based on say omo e no go well.
wait now, wait. For example now, okay, I want to start a business. Let me still use this barbing salon of a thing as the business that I want to start. There are some steps that you first of all need to take. Yeah. So you don't just go and rent a shop just because you see an empty shop. You need to study how the area dey first.
Definitely.
How many barbing
Assessment.
salon dey there?
Of
And
course.
wetin you fit introduce wey the other barbing salon no get. I
You go do
swear
all your
to God,
assessment.
if you do all these things and you start business, even if your business no go well, e go go well more than the others wey dey there. And you should be okay with that. If it doesn't go well, if you continue not going well from there, find a way. At least you don't start. You can now easily migrate because you don't need to start buying. You already have some stuff. There's no see. That guy when we meet for Banex. How many shops he don rent for Banex? He said na the third one him dey now, and na the abi na the fourth one wey him dey now. So he started with one. In as much as he no dey favour am, he try, he go to the next big one. Then he go to the next big one and find out the permanent site. Does it look like a straightforward story?
No be see.
It seems like you are looking for a straightforward story. That's why you will not start.
Oh, you no understand.
Wetin I dey talk?
No be straightforward story. Bro, you don ask yourself.
Abeg wait 1 minute. So guys, like I said before, yeah, I expect like a 2 candlestick pullback, and then the third one should be the one that will give us a sign to go down. That's why I'm staying on this 1 hour time frame. You guys remember I said that Bitcoin own. I did not send the charts to the group. That's the reason. I don't think gold is recovering here. I don't think it is recovering here. I think because of this very strong bearish candle, it's going to take like 2 or more candles to fight it back, but it's going to defeat them, and then you have something like this. So if you have a trade on gold and you were holding a sell at this level, you should have gotten yourself 1 to 3. Just wait for that pullback now because it is reacting to this low. But what can you see about this low? This is already a contest. This is not a retest anymore. A retest is should I say, a mitigation is something that you have a pullback and then you just tap into the area and then it flies back. Now that you are seeing it like going head to head, you can even call it like a triple bottom now. This is liquidity attraction. Like it's going to attract liquidity later. All right. So I think anything that is doing here is that inducement that we talked about, and the market is definitely going to pull back up significantly to this level, maybe on the next 2 candles, and then on the third one we should expect like a drop, maybe during the like we should expect a drop later because of this 1 candle. If you go on the 4-hour candle now, I think the 4-hour is still trying. Look, that's another 4-hour close candle here, and it's a very, very bearish candle. So definitely this one is going to pull back, create its weak, and then come back. That's what we are expecting to get on gold. All right, that's the reason why I'm not doing anything. I'm not taking a trade here. BTC, I took the trade. It took me out. It's what it is what it is. No problem, no wahala. I did not risk too much on my account, so I'm fine with it. All right. So yeah, you were saying something, boss. This argument sweets me. No worry.
We dey talk about me. You don't ever ask yourself why. See, even with all those hiccups, but still continue.
Who?
Person wey you dey talk about, say you don't move from one shop go this other one.
Because he persevered now, he did not give up.
It's not just perseverance.
Or he did not think about whether people are going to laugh that his business is going down.
I no dey talk of the laughing. No be about perseverance.
Let's see you dey talk of.
Now I dey talk of capital wise.
You have to protect your capital.
Still get.
Then you look for something that will make your own capital protected. It's just like Forex. If you don't get something to put back in Forex, you blow your account once and you are done.
Exactly. Then what do you do from there?
Then what do? You give up?
Bro, in the meantime.
You give up?
In the meantime.
Is that what you are trying to say? Give up?
Yes, now.
No, not me and you. Give up? That is not the way to go about business.
You know they give up based on say you in particular. I don't know about anybody else. You know give up based on say either which way, some way, somehow, and you will still find something.
Bro, you know the level of debt are inside right now.
Back inside.
Because of Forex.
See, I've been the watch one guy online. You suppose don't even see the thing now. When the guy they talk say Forex don't send and go Forex.
Yes.
Say this that.
Yes.
Bro, I kid you not, if to say that guy still gets one thing or the other wey go fit leverage on say omo money fit come from dis thing, he no go make that video, he no go complain, he no go give up. But bro, in a situation where you have nothing to fall back to, how you wan take do am?
How many people be president of Nigeria? How many people be president of Nigeria?
How many people?
Be president of Nigeria now, right now. How many people be our president?
How many people be our president?
Yes,
Na
now
one
answer
person
na one person abi, meaning e get like 250 million other people where e sure me die say we no go fit ever smell presidency, correct? And I dey sure say you no dey even think of being a president tomorrow, but if e come you go accept am, yes?
Yes.
Just dey answer me directly, yes. So does that mean that every other person has given up?
No.
Oh, you don't find the similarity with what you are doing. So that guy giving up, does it mean that it's the right thing he has done? Wait, first of all, as a forex trader, what is going to make you selling your car and putting the money into the business if you are really woke as a forex trader? But if experience don't teach you anything, you will not see that the wrongest idea is that quitting your business, your current business, when you are not yet a profitable trader in forex is another wrong financial mistake.
Definitely.
You make your financial mistake, you get the wrath of it. There is nothing. See, no be forex cause that one. Now you cause that one.
Now you don't get.
Same thing for business. You start a business, your business run dry. Why?
Now you don't get where I dey drive at.
I never still get.
See, business people south every time. Any garden. See, you fit be say na you be the talk of the town sef.
Yeah.
And you do one little thing wrong, bro. And in the flash of eyes like this,
case closed.
So in a point now, where you don't have resources to back in, wetin?
What do you have now? What do you have now?
Me, I don't get anything.
No, you have a laptop. It's worth 150,000. You have a phone. It's worth 150,000. You are still alive. You are not sick. You still have a place to rest your head. You have a lot to start with. Baba, you know, just won't agree. You have a lot to start with.
No be all this. No be all these ones I dey talk.
Wetin you dey talk?
When I mean.
So because you no get access to funds, you give up. That's what you are telling me.
When I mean there is no resource, bro, all these ones.
There is no resource.
Bro, you know, see some people they will actually no get all these things what we dey look at.
They don't get problem. They were born with a silver spoon. That's what you are going to. Or they have outside help. That's what you are going to.
No.
The problem here is, first of all, instead of comparing yourself to other people who are making it, what are you saying then now? What you they talk then? I never get.
I dey tell you.
Yes, in football, I use price action. That's why you see me taking a lot of losses so far.
I dey tell you, see.
Yeah.
In some way, somehow, if we look this matter, me and you still dey.
Oh, so you accept?
Now I dey tell you, say, bro, some people dey wey be say, if dem gather everything wey dem get, attempt once and e no work out, bro, nothing to fall back to. So wetin you go do in that situation?
That is the financial mistake we are talking about. That is, how will you use everything that you have and attempt one business knowing that there is a risk in the business? Is that foolishness or wisdom?
Okay, now I will ask you a question.
Ask me the question. See, I have more than $10, but I'm risking $10. Ask me that question, yes.
Good. You have more than $10.
But I'm risking $10. But do you know that there's somebody out there who is risking $50,000 on this particular trade? Why am I not going ahead and put everything that I have on this trade?
Because you don't get the 50,000 to put.
No, because wetin I get now, it dey more than $10, but I'm risking only $10. Why? Now the question why?
Why? Because in a risk management.
Why you no go manage the risks with your business when you wan start too? You just go start at the level of person wey get $50,000. Why?
Oh Jesus Christ, you don't carry me go far again. No be, I know the top of. Now, but no be the quality I dey talk of. You understand me now? No be the quality I dey talk of.
Yep.
Bro, if you start.
Yeah, I will do that for you, Kingsley. Don't worry. Just give me a minute. Let me finish.
If you start small,
yeah.
If you start small, even with the lowest, like the lowest level. If you start from the lowest level, make you see that everything wey you even get, now you require. At
your lowest, it is required that you risk everything. Yes, at your lowest. But it doesn't mean you just fall down flat. I can risk everything, but it doesn't mean I'll fall down flat. Let me explain. Eh? How many times you don't sell your phone in the past?
I don't think I don't lost count.
Did you die?
Eh?
Did you die?
I know that.
But you took the risk now, you
because I
fail.
get waiting
If
to-
now to say that risk where you take pass, you forget everything now, but you fail. Are you dead?
I get waiting to fall back to. You
Then start a
understand.
business at a margin where you have something to fall back on. Let it be
What
maybe.
if how would people some business like we say ba some businesses dey wey be say bro the least this thing to even start with fit be like all you get you go require.
Then
all
look
you
for
get.
another business. Must you do one business?
You don't answer my question. Sorry.
I know sure saying the question all this while be that.
You don't answer my question.
You
Because,
said
bro,
something
me,
here. I never agree with you. I
Me-
just actually put you in a place to understand wetin you dey get wrong since.
Me,
We talk
I dey-
about barbing salon. You started and you said that the business is not feasible because everybody already have their barber of choice, and I said that is wrong. You just need to make yourself the choice of people. That's the one thing that I said there. And I gave an example about my mother's business where in the village she happens to sell like 2 crates, but when I come house, I sell more than 10 crates if I dey house simply because I spice up the business. That is what I'm talking about. So if the money you have cannot put you at the level you want to see yourself in the barbing industry, look for something else and do. Look for something else and do. If you know that you are technically oriented and a computer, this computer now where you get a big pass the computer where another person gets, but a big graphic designer. So what's the excuse here?
I know
You don't have an
because
excuse.
na
Choice. So you choose to be broke.
na choice.
You choose to be broke.
I no dey broke.
You know they broke.
I'm not broke. Na you dey look me like broke.
No. Me, I dey broke. As I dey fucking broke.
Na
You know my dream.
na you dey look
Bro,
me
you know my
like
dream.
broke.
You know my dream.
Everybody get big dreams.
I dey fucking broke.
Everybody
And you
get
need to
big
accept that one. I dey fucking broke right now like
dreams.
this.
Everybody get big dreams.
So wetin be the effort wey
for
you dey
me,
make?
I dey tell you now.
Yeah.
I dey tell you now. Say,
Uh-huh.
either which way
Mm.
wey you wan look at am.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, no be every business
Mm.
you fit chuket that one dey.
Mm.
And no be every business wey you chuket
You na go fail. But
That
that one no
one
go
dey.
stop you from trying, yeah?
But that one no go stop you.
Mm.
See you try.
Okay.
You understand? But now me, I just dey put am to you say in a situation where be say the requirement of the littlest thing wey you fit even do require your all and you do am and you fit not do.
Okay. I do am and I fail. I try again. I look for wetin I get now and then I start from there. That's what I has always been doing. It has never been easy, and I never see the green light.
Nobody actually talk say na why when you dey ask me say how many times I
Bro,
don say this one.
Bro, let me tell you something. 3 years ago, I believed that money was my problem in the forex industry. Today, now, I can categorically tell you that 3 years ago, if a messiah would have handed me $50,000, the story would still be the same today. I would be in more debt than I am today. Because all the times that people gave me money to handle, because I thought I was good in forex, I busted it, and that is why I am still in debt today. You have seen the whole journey so far. So tell me now, was the problem about my forex, or was the problem about the fact that I did not understand what I thought I understood? So just because you think you understand the business does not mean you have all the you have all the ideas locked in, which means there is room for mistakes and improvement. Now, if I go into the barbing business and let's say I managed to make a mistake of location and the location is not favoring me, then I look inward and I see that I'm doing everything it takes. Like I'm enticing people, I'm giving people promo. As a matter of fact, I am spending all my money, but it's not working here. That is an experience I've gained. Next time, maybe the next thing is to move from here and take it to another area. But it doesn't mean I'm just going to close down that business here. Because now I have gained an edge in barbing compared to somebody who has never attempted the barbing business. Yes, I now know how to run a barbing business. I just don't have customers. Up next, let me look for a place I can gain customers. Maybe add a little bit more. If I do that one and I fail, what did I fail on? 2 experience I've gotten now. Compared to somebody who is going to start next tomorrow, you are bigger, better, unless you don't believe yourself. So that is what we have been saying so far. You don't just go into a business and expect that it's going to be a win-win. As a matter of fact, the
Nobody.
expectation should
The
be that
expectation
it's going
should
to
be
lose.
yes,
Uh-huh.
exactly. Now why me now? Now why I dey talk that thing?
Say,
You see that baba was
see, let me tell you,
bro.
silver spoon is an advantage. Silver spoon, like you get something to fall back on. You have family members in the UK, US that can support you. You have somebody who is rich, just like Mr. Easy keeps saying. Somebody borrowed him 10 million like 10 years ago. You get anybody that will give you 10 million, even next 2 years.
Even now.
Sure, you understand, you know, get, but it doesn't mean that you are not going to aspire to survive or
Yes,
you are not
now
going to
of
try
course
something.
we go
So
survive.
you see, the argument is still the same thing, but the idea of thinking that you have to wait and relax until situations are in order for you to start, you are just going to remain like
How
that.
you go relax for situation to be in order?
Mm.
The possibilities now 0.00001%.
So you know this thing, why you
Because
can't argue with me since?
no, my argument no be if you go relax to start or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. No be the argument.
Yeah.
Me, I go still dey keen on that. Say bro, if you do am, you see, I no dey look am from the perspective of say, okay, you do am, you fail.
I feel like make I use this thing take talk one story. For those of you who are here and you started from the beginning, you go know one thing. So I started going live 2 months ago, and very quickly I thought that my psychology was very, very strong enough. Like I know how to trade. I have built my psychology to some level where people's trade does not affect my trade anymore. Yeah, and that was the thing. Now, very quickly, beginner's luck in streaming happened. I did not know it was beginner's luck back then. I thought it was an excuse. Yeah. But sometimes you can run into a winning streak, even on your life. When I mean winning streak, it doesn't mean my trading was winning, like winning in my trading. But basically, that first week was so impressive. Everybody was making money. Everybody on my live section was making money. So it was okay for me to start thinking this is the perception of everybody around me. And the first loss what I take on live section, only one loss, just one loss. I started feeling bad because I feel like people now see me as a very good trader. So why should I take a loss on live section? And it took me 2 weeks of beating myself up, always trying to encourage myself to come live. Sometimes you just see me just dulling as if I no wan go live. You understand? That's because I was feeling too. What will people say when I take a loss? Not because my trading strategy is now messed up. I have a good trading strategy. I left it because I wanted to impress these people so well. I wanted them to be always winning. Forgetting the fact that everything that I learned in Forex proved to me that there can never be a trader who is completely winning forever. And I also forget the fact that what made people like me from the beginning was the fact that I was real. I don't send anybody, Papa. I go lose. I don't lose 2 trades here. No. For public. But if not be because of that 2 weeks, I swear to God, as I lose that first one, I go look for excuse to quit the live stream section just because I lose. But one thing I later realized is that because of people that were joining my group, I later realized that people actually enjoy saying it, that you lose, because it encourage them to know that they can also lose and it is fine. What is making people attracted to my live stream is simple. The fact that you can lose and you are still very confident in taking the next trade, which is one thing that everybody in the forex industry lacks. The moment we lose, we either start revenging, we either start doing stupid thing, and before you know it, before the end of the day, the account is blown. And I'm telling you now that me like this, I still suffer from that thing. I take a loss, definitely my next trade is not going to be as good as the first one. Trust me, no matter how I try. And that is why I have to set rules now like this. If this one don't happen, I no go trade this one. So even if I want to take a second loss, I'll ask myself, because that's the only thing that I have that can help me. So at the end of the day, is it a fear of failing in front of people that is ruining you, or the fear of the fact that you don't just want anybody to have anything bad to say about you?
How people know this talk about
That is business for you. You go, you fall down flat, you in fact you go enter forest, you enter. Is it that one? Is it that thing where that video where that boy made? I swear to God, one single compassion no come up for my body. Because at the end of the day, you are just getting started. If all of us need to talk about wetin we lose, I don plan to commit suicide before. How much did I, you remember na no be you collect my phone from me? You collect my phone run from me, how much did I lose that night? It was not $50,000. I plan on committing suicide now, but did I quit?
Me, I know the talk.
Was that not falling down flat?
I'm
That's
not.
the question. The question is, was that not falling down flat?
I know they even like me. I know the talk of me from that perspective. You understand? And I know the talk of you
From my perspective.
But bro, if na suicide thoughts, bro,
Yeah.
your own na say you be don even think am. I bin don attempt am at a certain point.
Now
in
you
my
are
life.
talking. So if you have been there and you are still alive
Understand,
today, you are now telling me you are afraid of falling. Say you
So
you
me-
put all your money for business,
Me,
you fall,
I
you
don
won't give up.
me, I don attempt. Me, I know the talk of me. I know the talk of me. I dey tell you
Oh,
the
so
perspective
you are a psychologist. You are trying to
me. I dey talk of in terms of
everybody
in a
else.
situation wey like another person.
Wetin concern you concern another person?
No, I just like no, na just.
Are you rich?
Na just I no get money.
Do you have money? Is your account filled?
Na just
And you are busy trying to solve the world's problem.
I no dey solve one problem.
So
I dey try picture like na general understanding.
General understanding say you no fit ever make am for Nigeria.
No.
Say you no fit get barriers and loan wey go work because every other person don get their baba.
No.
Everything you have been saying since this morning, you never agree to one part. What is scaring you from doing a business? You have said one. One is the fear of falling flat and not getting anything to bounce back on. But we all know this thing. It is already a proven fact that if you fall, everybody will forget about you. Now that they have forgotten about you, it is your field. Nobody is looking at you again. Then you start from there. What do you now have? You have life. Okay, so if you have life, what do you sabi? Wetin you sabi for your head? Your own brain sharp pass some people. Na advantage in that. You start from there, you look for something that you can do from there. So see, even though we continue from now to next week, you see those 3 statements wey I don counter you, I no go ever, e no work. Now we are talking. No, don't bring that argument. Omo, we go jazz up, we go work, we go make this money dey wine. Even sweet me, bro. We dey start podcast next week. Abeg, who go like watch? Who go like lis ten to the podcast? Who go like make we start podcast? I go dey invite all of una, all my traders, make everybody come dey share their experience so that everybody go dey learn. So that everybody go know say all of us nobody be iron. Everybody dey bend. I see guy. Everybody dey I dey, I understand, I am interested. Make we start podcast. I dey tell you, I say this thing dey very I dey tell you. You dey whine? See, bro, do you know what?
I just sit down.
Shaman, you know how long it take me to break the barrier of say I fit come live on trade?
You know why I dey talk this thing? I just sit down again. You know, say I been tell you something.
Yeah.
I just sit
You
down.
say my chest no dey show for this. I dey come abeg make I before they go say I dey naked for make I comot my camera for YouTube. Yeah. I dey with you.
I just look at people. I say, don't be like say I actually don't attempt.
See people now.
You understand my work.
Don't worry, I go arrange am, my guy. I go arrange am. We need to. Sometimes it might be personal issues. It might be issues that relate to us as normal human beings in Nigeria, where we dey live, where we dey try. No be everybody get the opportunity to travel comot. No be everybody go fit run at the end. I know. See, I wan japa, but e never occur to me one day say na wetin I dey target now. You know why? Because I no see the possibility yet. The day where the possibility go come, I no need think am twice. I go move. But my own idea of japa no be the same one with everybody. Because if you no get the money you want to japa, carry the small one wey you get, you run. What if on the process of japa now you come go die? Everything dey risky. Choose your risk. Every fucking thing dey risky.
I know people wey dey debt currently, but because they attempt to work out.
Kenny, I don register your name oh, no worry. When this thing go start, all of us, everybody, just come, you express yourself. No,
like, bro, that one dey so crazy because everything worked out fine.
Yeah.
Like, everything.
The business, I
think for no, like to japa, everything with them think for their head.
Favor, I see you. I see you. I see you.
Process
Yeah.
work out fine.
Yeah.
But the denial visa and debt for
You see am, ba? You see am. After all that money, you don't even go collect money lock for one account so that go dey see am. Na now two of us dey talk the same thing. Hey, OG Smart 02, I see you. If I talk my Forex journey, una go follow. In fact, send request, come talk your own. Make I put am for speaker. Make everybody hear. Talk your own. Everybody get issue.
guy, if I tell you wetin my eye don see at this age,
See, you know why this thing dey vex
you
me?
go cry for
You know why
me.
this thing dey vex me? You know why this thing? You know why I really dey go hard on you? You were just comot from that place, bro. Do you know? Do you know how much better you are compared to somebody who is in prison? It's like they born you inside hole. You first need to climb to the surface before you go even need fly. If you dey prison, na your situation be that. But some people are in prison and they are hopeful.
Very, very hard.
Very fucking hopeful, and you go there outside here, you wan come dey complain say because of this one, because of that one. Abeg o. Please anybody that wants to, since we are not having any trade yet, if you want to talk, if you want to contribute, if you are enjoying the whole thing, if you are enjoying the whole thing and you have something to add, biko, just send a request today on. Make all of us just have fun. I am in this particular type of vibe today. I don lose 2 trades today. I no really care. Look, I'm not even kidding, guys. It's in front of you now, all of una see am. Today, this is my today trade. I've lost 2 trade. Forget that it's plenty. Some of them are just re-entry position. US 30 and BTC. I'm down about $90 or $100. It's fine. It's what it is. I not send your papa if it is say I dey lose, it be problem. No be issue.
Your own na even play. You get one guy, I bin dey go na TikTok about Twitter.
Yeah.
Like the guy dey come live like every fucking day, and every day when he dey come live come take the trade na lose. Like the guy dey on losing streak and he still dey come.
More na the idea be that my bro.
And the guy still dey come live every day to trade.
Na the idea
And
be
he dey
that.
on losing streak.
The idea be that. See, one of the reasons why you will never see them, some of these idolos come on live, is it's not because they don't know how to trade, or it's not because they are not profitable in person. There is this mounting pressure on you. The moment you start going live to do something, you might think, oh, you don't care about what people say, but you care about how you appear in front of people. If I take a loss, I don't want people to see me losing. I don't want people to see me as a loser. So there is this mounting pressure on you.
Which one be? Which one be? You know,
The one?
See, reverse liver, you care die, but you don't just want.
You don't want accept. You don't want accept.
Yourself say, you actually, bro, you care die.
I say, bro, for 2 weeks, I just dey drop some kind stuff. Now, una don catch me now because I just wan talk the truth. Una don catch me. Some of these 2 weeks after I moved from my first apartment to the other one, that I was not coming live. It was not because I did not have. I was just afraid of coming to come and fall myself hand on live. It took me 2 weeks. 2 weeks before I can get myself back up and start thinking, but who I dey offend? Everybody dey do this thing.
We even go fast sef. Now sef we don be adult. I feel like say some sort of confidence supposedly. Make we leave am, make we take am back.
I lost 2 trades and won 2 trades today. Losses are just a cost of doing business in the industry of ours. Correct. That's me. I just blow my account 2 days ago. After you see wetin we dey talk about here. If no be say this environment dey open and you feel like say okay, you can relate to people now. Trust me, how many times you don take screenshot? You take screenshot for your phone, you see a very good winning trade. The next thing that is ringing in your head, let me post this one in WhatsApp yet. And in most cases, the reason why we want to post that thing on WhatsApp is simply to prove to people that all the other days that
I dey.
all me sef I do alright.
Na me
I
dey.
do alright. But when you lose, your pain na within you. Sometimes even your girlfriend no go know because it is shameful. You don't want her to start thinking you are only losing money. You know how many times my girlfriend will tell me wetin I suppose fit use that money do. You take a losing trade like today na $100. How much is $100 again? 150,000 naira. Even though it's on a profit account, it's still money. Yeah. But imagine if I lose 150 and I have lost a lot of things. Like I've lost a lot of money that is more than $100 on my personal account. Now they go tell you all the business idea for this world. Babe, if you forgive me this money, I forfeit do this so and so thing. If you do this one, bro.
I see your own na play, guy. Even up until recently, she been dey tell you now say if no be when I open up to my sister husband, see how be then. Bro, everybody been dey crucify me. You don't understand.
Bro, you see, people dey underestimate. People dey underestimate. People dey underestimate the benefit wey come with being free and saying the truth as it is. People want to see the real one, and it gets you free too.
But when you find out, guy, na apology follow.
Yes, now. Na the idea be that, oh my bro. You lose. Make I even bust una head. E get one money wey dey my synthetic account for like 2 days now. I don dey dodge trades. I dey dodge trades. Why? because I feel like my data is going to finish soon and the subscription is coming up, and I know how much I'm paying for data for every 6 months. I think it's like 120,000 naira. But now it's not as if that's the only money I have, oh, but that's the one that I can access. Now I have been thinking, if I trade and I lose, I feel no get data to continue. For like 2 days now, I go see trade, I go just look for one excuse, take dodge am. So that this data thing go come pass first. Once e pass, any money wey remain for there, I go start to dey, you go come start to dey see me dey trade like normal for there. Na one thing wey I don dey do for my trading lately. Anytime wey I know say I get something wey I really wan afford, wey I really dey like, I wan really get, I go try avoid trade, because this is the approach that 99% of people have. You want something, the money you have, maybe it might be able to afford it, but you don't want to use that money.
Yeah, you dey even go far.
You don't want to use that money, so you want to make money to afford that thing.
You dey go far.
Wrong.
Make we go back to gambling.
Yeah.
You dey even talk of gambling. Make we go back.
But abeg,
Make we go back.
leave that one. That one a story for the gods, guy. Yeah, so see this guy. He say, guy, my first deposit na SL welcome am sharp. But we go still get another money. I go still trade again. Now the thing, the only thing is, say, first of all, the moment you understand and you accept that this is what you are inside, that is the time you start looking for more brilliant or more how would you call them, more smart ways of approaching it.
Yes.
The idea all of us get in business be say we see another person dey make am, yeah, and I'm talking in general now. It's not just in trading. In business, it also happens. You see another person dey sell cars and e dey live fine. It's looking so good. You want to go and start car business.
But
You see person dey barb. You want to go and start barbing business.
honestly,
Yeah. Yeah.
personally,
Mm.
all the business ideas with
Every fucking business idea is a good idea.
all the business ideas within my head are very abstract ideas. Like very abstract.
The other day,
and I don't know why for some
the other
reason.
day, bro, you show me something. Guys, I swear to God, una no go make I talk this one. You see this guy when me and now they talk like this. Now one person where I admire when it comes to person where fine, where God build well, Baba stand well, fine face for model. He showed me something on Instagram. No be you show me yesterday. He said these guys don't make these guys blow. Say they will just carry one person from streets, they will just wear and clothes and he go become model. And I asked am question, you don't ever attempt modeling before? Because me, now wey be your friend, I mean they tell you, say I see you as one of the people wey I know say God build well. Compared to myself, wey ugly like wetin I no know. And I ask you that question, wetin you tell me? You say you no reach 6 feet. Meanwhile, me, where if na say you be model now, na me go be the spectator, yeah? Na me they go wan present you to. Already I don dey see you as person wey look fine, wey suppose go into modeling, but the you inside you is killing the idea. Telling yourself that you are not up to 6 feet. You see the irony of life where we keep ourselves inside. Like we don't judge ourselves first. When person where you think say he go judge you, even if he judge you, you're not supposed to care anyway. But in most cases, wetin they even see about you, they different from wetin you they perceive about yourself. Simple as that. Now waiting, it just be like religion. Just be like religion. They greed in human being. God give you this word. You never make use of this word, you won't go heaven or there.
All the business ideas in my head are so abstract, guy. So very abstract.
Okay, so sorry, person asked me a question. I don't to talk plenty. So my entry confirmation, my teach small yet before people start to hate me. Yeah. So guys, let's get back to business a little bit. We'll get back to podcasting and talking. But let me teach you my entry confirmation. Yeah. So there are two things that I first need to see. All right. It's because of this question that I want to answer now. So pay attention. There are two things that I like to see in the market now before I take a trade. So market moves from point to point, in my opinion. So let's name this one point A, and then let's name this one point B. All right. Let's say this is point B. And I'm assuming that this is a trending market condition. I did this analogy yesterday, but I think some people who are asking the question now, some people who are asking this question now, they were not here yesterday. So I will just assume that everybody is the same. We are all the same. We are all new to this. So let me teach it completely. I feel happy today. I don't know why, but let's go ahead. So the market moves from point to point. So if it has to go, let me label them. Escape. So let me label this one A. My bad. So let me label this line, this one A, and then this one B. Yeah. So we have point A to B. The goal of the market is to move from point A to point B. Yeah, that is what it's doing. So, and let me quickly show you what this means on a real life chart here. So in a real life chart, this is what this means. All right, so this is point A. This is point A in the market. Oh my god, sorry, my bad. Delete it. Be this one. So now this is point A in the market, and this is point B in the market. There's already a line there, so let's escape that. Now going back to that our idea, when the market have accomplished the movement from point A to point B, what you expect is a slight. It's just like in real life where you run small, you take a break. All right, it's a slight retracement and then a continuation if it has to continue in this particular format going upwards. And like I said from the beginning, this is like assuming that the market is going in a buying condition. Yeah, in a buying condition, this is what you expect. You have gone from point A to point B, a retracement. Now your duty as a technical analyst, your duty is simple. You want to spot how the market moves from point A to point B. That's one. You want to see what it does anytime it's doing the retracement. That's two. And if it's about to do a continuation, you don't want to see the end of the movement. That is not your duty. That is where we all get it wrong, and that is what I've been doing for years, and it no pay me. You understand? Now, instead, what I do is once I see a point break to point B, and yes, before you say on what time frame, let me answer that question. Every time frame has its own point A to point B. Be it the 1 minute time frame, 15-minute time frame, 1 hour time frame. Now, some time frames are stronger than others, and that is where we talk about the higher time frame and the lower time frame. Higher time frame, of course, if you see point A to point B, it took a lot of sample information on like the 15-minute time frame to form the points on the higher time frame. So for example, you might be seeing point A to point B on the 15-minute time frame, but by the time you go to the 1 hour time frame, it doesn't show on the 1 hour time frame, meaning all that information vanishes into the point A to point B of the 1 hour time frame. Comprehend? Now that you have that, you now know that the market moves from point to point here, and then it does a retracement. So there should be like 3 opportunities in a single movement. The first one, if you can cash it from the base, that's good for you, and then you can take your profit at point B, that is good for you. Or at point B, you can decide to sell it down temporarily to the midpoint or anywhere it is going to end on point C. Let's call that one point C. And then maybe the third opportunity will be to see if you can get it from here to point D. That is all you are doing in the forex market here. Now, when it comes to the entry criteria, I've noticed one thing. What you see on the higher time frame is the same thing that you are going to see on the lower time frame. So for example, if I change this thing now to 1 hour time frame, all right, if I change it to 1 hour time frame, let it load. All right, so on the 1 hour time frame, if I identify this as point A on the 1 hour time frame, so I identify this one as point A, maybe now that the market is all the way up here, this becomes my point B. I'm looking for a pullback. That's why people got some sales here. And if you now go to like the 5-minute time frame, you should expect the same thing. On the 5 minutes or on the 15-minute time frame, there is also a point A to point B inside, all right, held inside. Now, until that point A to point B and the structure that is being followed is violated, then you can never tell the end of the movement that is hosted in the 5-minute time frame. You understand? So if you are following a structure, this is how a structure moves. Let me go back to our first example here. So this is how a structure moves. This is point A to point B. This is point A to point B on, let's say, the 1 hour time frame. Now, on the 5 minutes time frame, this is what it's going to look like. All right, so this straight line that you are seeing on the 1 hour time frame becomes something like this on the 15 minutes or 5-minute time frame. So in order to know where or when to expect the drop on the 15-minute time frame or the 5-minute time frame, first of all, you need to expect a change in the behavior that led to point B. If it doesn't change that behavior, it might continue going forever, and that is where the concept of change of character came to be. So If you are looking for a sell here, you have done your analysis on the 1 hour time frame. You are looking for this for a sell here on the 1 hour time frame. You don't expect that sell to start unless you see a change in the behavior that led to point B. So at point B, if I was looking for a sell on the 1 hour time frame, I need to now drop down to a manageable time frame, let's say 15-minute time frame or even the 5 minute time frame, and start paying attention to this. Now, at this point, this one goes out of the way. This is now what I am seeing from point A to point B, this zigzag here. So until that zigzag change behavior to mirror a zigzag pattern to the downside, which is what we call trend now, until it change the behavior, I should not be expecting a sell. One of the things that gets all of us, including me myself, yeah, is that we don't wait for this confirmation. No, we don't. We want to be the first in the trade. This is where we want to enter. Like we know the end or we know where point B is. Remember, before point B is printed, you never can tell that that's point B. Point B could be here, all right, and you are looking for it here. So you take a loss, of course. You're going to take a loss because point B has not been established. All right, until it is established, there's no way of you knowing that that is point B. So, but the one thing that you can use is you can just start following the internal structure and seeing what the market is doing, and then you do what you have to do, or you can add all these other criteria to it. So, for me, based on the fact that I trade on price action, once I start seeing a break of structure, that is why I said when this guy told me that he entered a sell here on gold, I'm like, how did you cash the trade? Because yes, this trade is valid. You have seen a change of character here on, like, let's say the 15-minute time frame. But in order for me to take a sell here, since I'm looking at the 15-minute time frame, I need to go down to like the 5 minute time frame or pay attention to whatever is going on internally. And sometimes some people might be very, very tricky and even go down to like the 1 minute time frame. And we all have agreed that 1 minute time frame is noisy, is all that, but it helps also if you know what you are doing. So for instance, this is what I'm talking about. The market is moving here. Let's call this one point A, right? It's moving and it's going down. You see this it's moving up, down, up, down. Let me see. Look, it's moving down, up, down. Yeah. Let's call this one down now. And then you see like a change of this character. Sorry, I made a mistake there. This is down, this is an up, a pullback. Now we're going to talk about reasonable pullback and unreasonable pullback soon, but for now let's just pay attention to this. Let's call this one a pullback, and then there is a continuation to this level. You will always notice that before the market actually buys to the upside, something has to happen that looks like a violation of what has already been established. It was going down, down, down. It was respecting this one. The moment it went above this one, that is when you start looking for this big buy to the upside. So if you ask me what is my entry criteria, I would like to see a violation of an established trend, a violation of whatever established trend on any time frame that you are looking at it from. It doesn't matter if it is 1 hour. How do you confirm? Wait, boss, how do you confirm it? That's what I'm still explaining. You want to see, look, this is an established character. Let me explain again. All right. So you are in a, we all know that gold is in a buying trend. You guys remember yesterday when I was looking for two trades? The one of those trades is this one. I don't know if you guys remember this trade yesterday. This was the last trade that I gave out. So there was a break of structure here, and then I was expecting a pullback to this level. And we got this trade. It almost took us out at first, but then it went in our favor. I was looking for a 1 to 3, but I did not get it. It came here, and I immediately said that if this market rejects from this up and it came back here, stop it at break even. I know that some people were stubborn and they held it. Some even entered more position here. And yes, sometimes it might work out like this. You see how it came, it never touched the stop loss and then it went back. But then it later came back to the next one, which is this second trade. Unfortunately for me, I was snoring when this thing happened, so I never took advantage of it. I was sleeping. But if you guys remember the two trades of yesterday, this is exactly what we projected is going to happen. It's either this one hold or this one happen. Now, relating it to the current market condition, how did I think about it? For me, until this low, because I see a break of structure to the upside, if this format is supposed to keep getting held, the next place of reaction that I see is this low. This is the low that I see. So the market needs to react to this low first. There is an opportunity to take a trade here, whether you like it or not. Now, other things that you can add as your confirmation are things like liquidity. And we have already that one is a topic for another day. I think I need to make a video on my own and post it on YouTube because people ask this question a lot. Before you recommend an area, it's just like saying before you recommend a hospital, you need to understand, are there armed robbers along the way for your person? Let's say for example, my sister is sick. I want to recommend him to go to this also medical and health center. The medical and health center might be good, but what if there are bad guys on the road that could kill my sister before getting to that hospital? So these are criteria that might make you change your mind towards this hospital. So for example, I see a break of structure here, yeah. I see a break of structure to the upside here. I expect that the market is going to pull down to this one and then continue going. So this is a hospital. But there are these criteria here. Maybe in my case, this liquidity becomes the issue. The market might be attracted to liquidity. We have seen it happen over and over again. So you can add that to your criteria that because of this liquidity, I will avoid a trade here. Instead, I'll wait for this one. If it doesn't come, there is no problem. But I think I feel safer taking a trade here. If we all can calm down and be honest with ourselves and we can take this approach with trading, trading will not be that difficult. But the problem is we want to make all the money in the trading industry. So instead of waiting for that full confirmation, you take every single trade. Yeah, you take this one, just like me, that we did it. All right, we took this trade, we took that trade, we took this trade, and at the end of the day, because you are not following that plan that you already established, you know what you are following, no, but we ended up taking that trade here. And guess what? Because we took this trade here, what happened? This trade that I should have easily just given out a limit for, the moment this one ended up losing or taking me at break even, I forgot about this one. And at the end of the day, what happened? This one ended up giving us like a 1 to 5. All right. So now, will you blame the trade or you blame me for not sticking to what I know is true? And even though I took this trade here because I knew my edge was strong, losing that trade was what made me not take this one, even with my strong edge. Now my psychology is messed up. So you can see all these plenty things that comes together when you are trying to make a decision in the forex market. You take a trade, you believe your edge, but because the trade lost, your psychology is messed up. You did not take the next trade that would have helped you to recover. Instead, guess what your brother was doing yesterday? I did not send out the signal. I did not send out the signal, but I actually took like 3 losses here yesterday. All right, let me show my chart on gold so that you people will know what we are talking about and where psychology fucks with all of us. So where is this gold here? So gold, I think this is gold, and this is what happened to me yesterday. I already had good winning trades in the morning. So let me go down to like 5 minute time frame. I don't know if you guys can see it, but from here you can see this is the trade I'm talking about. Earlier before that time, I had already taken a winning trade on BTC. So I took this trade, it took me out at break even with a slightly small loss, slightly. All right. Now, this is the trade that I should have taken, but I did not take it because, like I said, I was sleeping. Now I woke up and I called that a change of character, even though me myself already predicted that there is going to be a buy from this low. Guess what? I took the first trade, gold in its usual character, did as if he wanted to favor me. He took me out and immediately gave me a sign to go down. Of course, just like you and everybody else, because I took another trade here. All right, I took another trade here. And then it took me out 2 losses. That was when I pulled the window at gold. At the end of the day, who messed up? Who messed up? It is me, not the trading. At the end of the day. So now, how do I understand where to start? That is the question that led to this whole explanation. I understand. I've not forgotten. I know exactly what you asked me. It has to begin with a character formation. All right. You already established the fact that break of structure, when there is a break of structure, you expect a retracement. Now, this might not look good for you. This one at the top here, it might not look good for you because obviously you don't expect a break of structure at the top. Yeah. But the moment you see a second break of structure, that was the first one. So the moment you see a second break of structure at this level, this is already telling you that this is an established structure, meaning it is not just first break anymore. It is now a second break, meaning a structure is being formed internally. And what do you expect from a second break of structure? Pullback, continuation until this new structure is violated. Now we are temporarily following this internal structure that is being formed. So you might not have the confidence to take the first one, but you should definitely have the confidence to take the second one, because until this new structure is broken, whatever it is that you are planning here, whatever buy that you are planning here, you still need to consult what is happening inside here. You still need to consult what is happening inside here. And you can see that pullback there, respected that high, went lower. Now, pay attention to this. Why this one dey off? Now, pay attention to this structure going down. All right. Now you are going down, going down, going down. You now see that this one is just like what you have at the top here. You saw this one, but you are not too confident with it. You're not confident with the first break. Now you have a second break. All right. Now you have a second break. Now you can have a confidence that this one, at least before this structure now is violated, it needs to react to this low. That is why I am not surprised as to seeing that the market is reacting from this low. But does that mean that I should take a buy from this low? That is the question you are asking yourself. Now, if there was a break of structure at the top here, if there was a break of this structure, the goal of this break of structure to begin with is, if this structure needs to continue, the target should be this high first. All right. Why? Because in as much as you have an internal temporal structure, we have an external structure break here. So if the target of this internal structure is this up here and the market is coming from the up there, it indirectly tells you that this low might not be able to hold it because a superior structure is acting on it. You understand? So yeah, you have a break of structure to the upside, but it has already achieved the goal. If I was supposed to take a trade here, if I was supposed to take a retracement and a continuation trade here, this is what I mean. Of course, I would have wanted it to come all the way to this low, all right, before I take a buy trade. But then the target for that trade is going to be this area. Why? Because if what you are saying is true and break of structure and retracement is what gives you a trade, which means that there is this break of structure here, and this your movement could be a retracement for the previous one. And since this one happened first, there is a very big chance that this one is stronger than whatever it is that you are having on the temporal downtrend. You understand? So you can now start following the new structure that is being formed. And the moment you see a break of this structure, this is the market telling you, I am realigning with, the old gods, the big ones, all right, or the big money or the old money, whatever it is that you want to call it. So at that point, entering a buy here might not be the best idea, all right, because if you think about it, it has already achieved whatever goal you would have sent it to go and achieve. It's like saying you want to send a message, you want to send your driver a message to go and buy fuel in your car, and your driver just tell you, but boss, I know you did not tell me, but your change that was left with me, 50,000 naira, I've filled the tank. So I ask you a question: are you now going to tell the driver still go and fill it again, even when the driver told you I just filled the tank? So if your answer to that question is no, now you understand why you should not be taking a trade here, a trade in this level. It doesn't mean that I know it all right? It could happen, it could not happen, but at the end of the day, you have paid attention to the market so well, you have spotted the pattern so well. How many times did you take a trade against a previously or a stronger trend that end up paying out for you? All right, how many times did that pay out for you? If the number of times that it pays out for you is low, that already answers your question of whether or not you should be taking every trade and not being selective. And if I'm being selective, then why am I losing trades like this? Of course, you can see it's the same thing that is guiding me. Two rules: it has to break structure before I take a trade. This one, like I said, did not break structure, and that is why I'm not surprised as to this trade losing. All right. But if you look internally, you can see that there was a break of structure here. Even though this one is internal, it has already achieved the goal. And what did I have? A losing trade, simply because I want to force it. Yeah, because I see that this trade is going up, and you can see that I did not give out some of this trade. I experiment with it just to remind myself that this is why I am not doing this thing again. Sometimes I do those things. You take a trade, you dare yourself, and when you take the loss, because you already know
and you already prepared your mind that this is not supposed to be what you are doing, you know be God now. You know be God. All of us now just we practice something with the experimental. Now wetin we dey do for here. Nobody wey sabi and pass. You get. So pat yourself on the back and be like, okay, yeah, this is what is happening, blah blah blah, and all that. Maybe if I was wise enough to put my stop loss here, I go still even dey inside this trade or something like that. But that is another lesson to learn. Yeah, that's another lesson to learn at the end of the day. So I hope I answered your question, Joker. Ola, why you go blame me now? You take the trade. You no blame yourself. Why you go take the trade? Why? Why did you have to take the trade? Why? It's unfair. If na to say you win now, shebi you go send me money. Na joke I do. I need you to talk on reasonable pullback. Reasonable pullback for me, all right. Reasonable pullback. So let's go back to this. Let's go back to this picture and let me delete this one for now. For me, if there is a point A to point B and there is a movement from point A to point B, a reasonable pullback has to come to at least 50% of point A to point B. That is one. There are three things that I need a reasonable pullback to fulfill. It needs to pull back to at least 50%. So let me draw a line here. This is my 50%. All right. So if it has to be reasonable, because if you pay attention to all the structures that you have been seeing in the market, when there is a pullback, it's not every time that it has to go to the premium level for you or the discounted level for you. Sometimes it just pull back a little bit and then it continue going. But for me, any pullback that is able to go below 50% is a good pullback. So the market can decide to continue its journey from 50%. Another thing that you need to know is that the market goes after liquidity. We have talked about this a lot of time. Liquidity is like the fuel for the market. See liquidity is as like the passengers in a bus. I've used this story many times. All right. So the bus driver needs passengers. If not, the business is not favorable to him. All right. He's in the business to make money. That's the bus driver's deal. So he has a bus. He needs people to go. Now you tell me that as a bus driver, no bus driver will move from Abuja to Lagos. If you have an 18-seater bus, no bus driver is going to go to the park and pick 5 people and then start going to Lagos. It's not going to pay him at the end of the day. You need those other passengers in order for the business to be profitable here. So see liquidity as the fuel or the passengers in the market, all right, that need to fill the bus. So once there is, you already know that market is based on demand and supply. Once the demand have been fulfilled, you need to come back. All right, you need to come back. Supplies will take over. Of course, there will be too much excess in the market. Once demand is filled, it becomes so surplus. So it starts selling cheaper. All right, it starts selling cheaper. The moment the people who bought at this level sees that and they be like, no, I cannot sell lower than that. So let's say, for example, I bought at $100. All right. If the market is bad, I can decide to sell at 90. Yeah, I will cut my losses at $90 or maybe 80 or maybe 60. But anything below 50 is either I sell at that point, I'm selling at a loss. But that is the point where you start seeing people say, I no do again. If you want lose, make it lose. If you want go down to zero, make it go down to zero. And I'll use crypto as an example. In most cases, you invest into crypto as an asset. You buy Bitcoin, yeah? You buy Bitcoin and then let's say you buy Bitcoin at 100K. The price goes down to 90K. You are like, normal now. I no expect make it just fly. It goes to 80K. You are like, okay, no problem. But the moment it goes to below 50K, that's the point where you are like, I should have sold at 90. I should have sold at 70. Or I should have even sold at 60. But at this 50K, if I sell now, I mean lose. I don't lose. All right. That is where the sentiment starts setting in. All right. Sentiment sets in and then nobody is willing to sell cheaper again. And that is where the market will now bounce back up from. That is the retracement in the market. Yeah. So now if you now combine these two information like liquidity, market going for more liquidity to push the market higher, that is how you start looking for places that are reasonable for you to have a pullback into. All right. So for example, this is the break. Now you expect the pullback. if the market does not have enough liquidity for sales, and in most cases when the market is trending in one direction and you're about to take a trade against that direction, that is when you see this extreme pullback, because overall buyers are still in control. Of course, they are going to try to exercise their strength by selling the market to the extreme level. That is why in most cases when you are selling in a buying market condition, you see extreme pullbacks to the top like this. All right, compared to when you are buying, when the pullback is happening on a buying market condition, it doesn't go back to the extreme. You can see there is a break of structure here. Compare that to what is happening at the top. You would have expected a pullback here to this low. You would have expected a pullback all the way to this low. But because the buyers here have a lot of momentum, i.e., a lot of liquidity, they don't need to pull back all the way to this level. At this point, you can say that there's say about 10 passengers in the car. So the market can easily just add two more passengers, and then you'll be like, instead of wasting the fuel all the way to this level to look for more passengers, let me just keep going from here. I still have like 10 passengers. That is in a buying market condition. All right. But in a case where sellers are about to take over, when they are about to take over, you don't see that extreme pullback anymore, because already, sorry, in a case where sellers are trying to take over, you see a very extreme pullback. Why? Because you see these buyers who failed to sell at this level. Now that they are seeing that sellers are strong, they want to go and close their position at the most reasonable level. That's why you start seeing extreme pullbacks like that when the market is in a trending condition and you are trading opposite it. All right. So reasonable pullback, in my own opinion, are of two types. It's either you are in line with the direction of the market. Yeah, you are in line with the direction of the market, and then you expect like a 50% pullback, nothing serious. But if you are in line with the trend, sorry, if you are in line with the direction of the market, you expect like maybe 50% pullback, nothing serious. But if you are against the trend, then you can expect a deeper pullback, because you know that the people who are already in control, they are going to do anything in their power to maintain control. It's just like Tinubu now. Now they see him now. Shebi Tinubu go make the election day easy for Peter Obi next what is it called, next election. No, he's going to give it all the fight that it takes. All right, but he is in, should I say, is in an advantage. All right, so it's easy for him to even push the market down from here. All right, because he's in an advantage. But for Peter Obi has to do the extreme. He has to do everything if he needs to, like win that election. We all know that. So that is how me I do. That is how me I look at it. That's how me I look at it. I hope that explanation is enough, but I don't think I can do more than that. I try to use all these languages so that you can um, understand how I look at it here. Yeah. How to combine other blocks and liquidity sweep. I need to talk to. Okay. I go blame you, Ola. Thank you. You're welcome. All right, you're welcome. So right now, I think I came online today to take losses, and it doesn't matter. I'm still going to win it back anyways. But there is no trade yet. There is no trade. GDP USD. Nah. This is what happened. Thank God I know even day online early enough today. This was my trade yesterday on Euro USD. That one took me out for a loss. No biggie. GU on the other hand, it's a little bit more calm. It has been respecting structure, which is something I did not pay attention to yesterday. This is a 1 hour time frame. You can see break, retest, and then break, retest, and then continuation. So it has been respecting structure to the downside. Next view for me is going to be here. If I see a pullback for GU, into this zone, I'll be more than happy to take a trade. 1 to 3 should be easy. All right. 1 to 3 should be easy. This one did not make a good pullback, but this is an example of a very good pullback. When you pull back to the extreme, this is an example of an extreme pullback. So if you took a trade here with respect to this one, 1 to 3 should be very, very easy on this one. So instead of looking for the end of the trend, just like we did or we are always doing, I think the best thing is always to be like, follow that structured thing, break, you expect a retracement, and you go. Small talk, my voice don't dey go. Now wow, I know actually to like talk. Now you really stress. I know say you know it you they do. Just they talk rubbish. You say business. You got me. Eh? See me, I don't experience that thing firsthand. Yeah. You see that business own in particular. If I no get business right now, because say I just dey feel lazy. You see that little experience I get with that my mom's business. Well, lie it I lie. If any, you go always see them they complain. Hey, business no good, government no good, but shop no close, shop they full. How do you spot liquidity in the market, bro? I think I don't answer that question. Yes, I don't answer the question. Hey, Wako Marian, thanks for the follow. And for every other person who has followed me so far, even though I've lost two trades here, thank you very much. I did lose well. I'm the best loser in the game, but I lose with confidence. That's the difference between me and many people. I lose, I have confidence for the next trade. He hits me again, I enter again. Papa. Good, good, good. Another thing that I think I left out. Another thing that I think I left out real quickly. Let me use this GU now. For instance, all right, you guys see this is the 1 hour time frame of GDP USD. We have now have a new low formed. All right, you can see that break of structure there on the 1 hour time frame. All right, this break of structure on the 1 hour time frame. One thing that I've noticed so far is that when there is a pullback from outside an accomplishment, all right, when there is a pullback from outside, there is a high chance that this one might not be respected. Why? Because it has already accomplished the mission of the internal structure. All these break and retest that we have been seeing is all held internally. All right. So we have completed the mission. So if the market is coming from the outside of this zone now, there is a very high possibility that is now going for internal liquidity before going downward. Let me explain one more time. So here within this range, they don't start. Guys, please like, oh, they don't start today. Send me capture. So look, within this range, and I'm talking within here to here, all right, within here to here, we are in an internal structure. Everything is held between point A and then let's call this one now point B. All right, you started looking for a sell when you saw this change of character here. You started looking for a sell, and why? Because it is reacting to another higher zone. Yeah. So now, what do you see? Now that we have accomplished, like when you have a change of character and you have a pullback, let's say this is all one trade. Let me delete some of this drawing so that to make it cleaner. Say you already this one. Why you stop now? Yep. So let me delete all this first. So when you had this break of structure, internal break of structure here, you started looking for a sell, right? That is what originated the interest of your sell. All right. The goal of this internal break of structure would be to cause a new break of structure or continuation of structure. So let's say you took just one trade. All right. The goal for this one trade would have been here. Let's say 1 to 3 here, somewhere around here. So you are expecting a continuation of this structure. All right. You're expecting a continuation of this structure. So you expect a breakout of this zone. The moment there is a breakout of that zone, these internal structures that you are seeing have finished their duty. So even though you are going to use it as a reference to your next trade, just like I point out here, at this point now, unlike before that you are stuck in this internal structure and you can easily be doing break, retest, continue. Now you need to wait for a better confirmation because this is not the same this is not the same ball game anymore. You have already accomplished the goal. So maybe the new message is now to go and take this liquidity all up here. All right, all this internal liquidity that is held inside here, maybe the new goal is there. So in that case, you might be wondering why you take a sell here and then it doesn't work out. Take a sell here, the market pulls back, but instead of respecting it just like it has been respecting before, it does something like this. You come here, it pulls back. Of course, it is a very reasonable high, so it's going to give it like he's going to respect it for a while. So he does something like this and you feel good for a moment. All right, that is called inducement here. You feel good for a moment and then you see something like this, boom, it goes up. Maybe respected this one again because that's another high, respected this high, and then come down again. You say, okay, maybe it's because you entered too early. You use this one as liquidity, so let me get in on a sell again. It gives you that inducement, and boom, because that's exactly what it did against you when it was going down. So expect it to do the same thing to all the zone. Pay attention to all the places that the market react to. So this is one. Pay attention. It reacted to this low. So the person who was buying at this level, at some point he felt like he had the best trade. All right. So the person who is buying at this level, at some point he felt very happy with his trade, and probably when the market gave him like 1 to 2, 1 to 3, he was too greedy, not paying attention to this one, and he wanted to buy to the moon. But you see what the market do? That is an inducement in a way, all right, for the buyers, and now they are failing to pay attention to what is happening on the higher time frame, and then they take a sell. Up next, where do you expect another reaction? Of course, I expect a reaction from this level. Why is my button not selecting? I expect a reaction now from this level, maybe this one to start with. You can see there is a reaction to that one. Is it this final low? Because it's going to give you reasons why you should keep taking those buys instead of realigning yourself. You can see reaction to it. You feel good for a moment here. You take a trade. You feel good for a moment that you are in a very good trade. All right, but you forget that that is just a reaction to what is called a reasonable low. It is reasonable because it was able to push the market up in the first time. So it's not just going to open its door and just watch the market go by. Of course, it's going to put up a fight. So putting up a fight and respecting structure, there are two different things, and you should know where you are trading from. All right, so if you see Euro USD, like someone said that is what is happening on Euro USD. Let's check. Euro USD and GDP USD, they are the same thing. All right, the same thing, the same thing. You can see this little pullback. You think that this is overall induces you in to think that maybe you made a mistake, and then many people. Let me take out this thing. Many people must have taken a loss. All right, at this level, I won't lie. I probably would have taken a loss here too. All right, because it gave you a change of character and all that, and you might want to get involved in the buy. But you see, it gives you an inducement. Look, that's an inducement there. I don't know, it might be looking too small. Let me make it bold. If you check Euro USD, and this is 1 hour time frame, so this little inducement that you are seeing here is going to look very, very bold on like 15-minute time frame. It gives you this inducement here. You feel good for a few minutes, all right, thinking that you are in the right direction, only to get violated. Now, the same thing that I said before, if I am going to be taking the next trade, let me assume that I'm going to be taking a next trade with what I have told you now. Do you think the next trade is going to come from here? No. An inducement is going to come from here. Of course, when the market pull back into this area, an inducement is going to happen to make you feel good about the trade that you are taking, but that trade is wrong. You know why it's wrong? Because since the market is coming from the outside now, it is not going to just respect. It's just going to react to this area. I might be wrong. It might go down. The market does whatever it wants to do. It's not like I'm always perfect. But if you have been paying attention to the market for a long time, you know that in most cases this is an inducement or liquidity. And then the market gives you this an inducement and then go above it, take it as liquidity, and then that is when you start seeing a big drop. Why is that happening? Because if you pay attention to this is the high that pretended low, not this one. This one is held inside point A to point B. So that is how you select where to trade from or where not to trade from. All right. So I think I have said a lot today. Even people who never pay me, they don't thief my trading strategy already. So guys, let me know if it made sense, if you learned something new. Of course, it's not everything. It's not all you need to be a profitable trader, but so far so good. Those information that I've just given to you are the things that I've been basing my trades on. And yeah, I might not be rich yet, but it has been helping so far. So I guess I'll keep doing it. Oh boy. So I was in a trade on V10, yeah. I was not even monitoring that trade. Oh my god. It's hard to understand. It's hard to understand. Yeah, of course it will. Of course it will be hard. Most of these things now experience now you go need to take understand them. Honestly, now experience now you go need to take understand them. Most of these things that I've been saying so far, you need to be paying attention to your losses the most. All right, forget about your wins. When we win, we don't learn. When we win, we take the accolade. But when we lose, we look for somebody else to blame. So in most cases, you don't learn from winning trades. You don't learn from winning trade. Pay attention to your losing trades more, because that's the one that pains you the more. The moment you win, you're like, I took this trade. I analyzed this pair, I took this trade, I won. But when you lose, I saw this guy's trade, so I took it and he lost. That is human. It's not like you are wrong, that is just normal. But if you really want to understand these things that I'm talking about, relate it to your experience so far. How many times have you done the same thing? How many times have you done the same thing? And how true is what I've been saying? How true is it? Can you relate to it on a personal level? If you can relate to it, if it has happened to you before, that is the way you start understanding it. I don't already unfollow a lot of people coming online to analyze just to. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kenny. Thank you. Don't be lie, you be like foreign language for person. Where the no, honestly, but if me I did do my analysis, the way I consider myself as a very dumb person. Yeah, I've said this a lot of time. Back then in school, the only way I have to understand mathematics was when my mom used to use simple objects to show me in my own private class at home. So you tell me 1 to 1, sorry, 1 plus 1, 1 plus 2 at school, and it's very difficult. But the moment you give me 1 naira and plus 10 naira, I go always get that one. So he used to use examples, and that is the way me I understood. That's the way me I understood many things. And in trading too, I started understanding the concept when I started like relating it to what I see in my environment. Make it simple, make it relatable, make it understandable. That is my principle. If 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 you tell me that this is a liquidity, this is a fair value gap, this is what are those big names that they used to call in all this strategy, I become dumb. You understand? You just dey confuse my brain. Unless you start telling me things that I can see, they make sense for me. Bro, is this gold? No, this is volatility index 75. This is not, sorry, volatility index 10. This is not gold. I don't trade 75 too much. I don't. This is synthetic. If you don't know about synthetic, I can explain, but this is not gold. This is not gold. This is gold. Here is gold, and I'm not doing anything yet. All right. Even this trade, I did not take it. Somebody took the trade. I even delete and sell before people would say this boy don't make money today. I never make money. I don't lose money today. I have lost money today. Do you think GJ is changing character for yourself? Before I answer that question, you see, is this GJ? This is GJ. What time frame is this? Let me go to the 1 hour time frame first to see what the market is doing. Yes, I agree to that. All right, I agree to the fact you said changing character for yourself. You see, when I used to say that a losing trade is a signal for the next trade. Remember, like when you lose a trade and you do your proper analysis and then the trade fails, that is a signal for your next trade. Why do I say that? All right, why do I say that? If you do your proper analysis based on the current structure, this market is supposed to continue going from here, and you can clearly see that it gave whoever took a trade here, it gave you like a 1 to 1 or so at this level. This was our analysis from yesterday. Okay, so now that this low that is supposed to be respected has been violated, and from your analysis you saw that this low is a strong low, automatically that tells you that the market might now be planning to go and do this whole filling. All right, this whole filling to the downside. Yeah. So if I had to take a trade now, the only thing that will hold me from not directly engaging in a trade here for a sell, this is obviously going to be the first place I'll look into. But since it is coming from the outside of this break of structure, it could decide to do an extreme. Remember what is happening on gold here? It could decide to do an extreme liquidity grab going above this first one. So when the market is pulling back, you need to wait for a confirmation at the top here. So if you want to take a trade here, that is fine, but the chances of this one playing out might be like 60 to 70% compared to if you were trading from the outside here. All right, compared to if you're trading from the outside here. That said, will I take a trade here? Of course, I'll take a trade there. If you trust your edge, you should be able to take a trade here. If I'm looking for a sell, this will be my first attempt at that sell. All right, this will be my first attempt at the sell because it has broken this new internal structure. Now, for a new structure to form, it needs to first of all battle with this one, and I'm okay with it here. So I take a trade here if I want to take a trade. Another thing that I can do is to step down to like the 15-minute time frame. If you go down to the 15-minute time frame now, you can then look for. You can see this. This is what I'm saying. On the 15-minute time frame, what you are looking at is now reduced significantly to this level. Why? Because the structure originally has already been broken here. It has already done a retest of this high. So the high that you should be looking at now is held inside this area, this one. All right. So instead of this big stop loss, 15 minutes has helped you to reduce it down to this level. However, since this one is being held inside, you could, cover the entire area here. Or another thing you could do is wait for a change of character on the 15-minute time frame. So when the market is approaching this level, you expect something like this, a change of character, and instantly you take a buy. Sorry, you take a sell. If it doesn't happen, since this one is like the first trial, if it doesn't happen, that tells you that this place is wrong, and the chances of this one happening even becomes more because you now wait for that same change of character here and you engage in a sell. All right, that's what I will be doing if I was to take a trade on GJ. So I hope that's clear. I hope that works for you. That is what I would do for GJ. Please, and if we are here by the time the market comes back for you, because I don't often look into some of these pairs here. If you are here and the market is reacting at that level, let us know, okay? Or you drop a message in the Telegram channel so that other people will call our attention to it, and maybe we can capitalize on that. Yeah. If you even notice, on this 15 minutes time frame here, if you're paying attention, and this is why some people that say lower time frame is very very wrong or is very very bad, or you cannot trade against the trend and all that, people will say things like that. I'm like, well, you don't really understand the concept of trend and everything yet. That is why you are too afraid to trade on the lower time frame, and this is not me encouraging you to go and be messing up on the lower time frame. But if you know what you are doing here, you can see that there have been like 3 trades on this little pullback already. So you see how, if I step to like the 5 minute time frame, you see how internally, all right, internally there is a structure that was being followed for the market to get here, and then there's a break of structure here. Somebody who is trading with 15 minutes and 5 minutes alone has already taken like 1 to 3 RR trade on this pair. All right, just following internal structure, knowing fully well that the market is in an uptrend. All right, let's say you're targeting a 1 to 3 is right here. There is another break of structure internally here to the downside. So for the market to realign to the upside, you first need to battle with the internal structure. You draw your reasonable zone here, 50% or liquidity, anyone that you are using. Pull it out there. See another trade there. All right. See another trade on this same GJO. So is this able to give you a 1 to 3? Yeah, 1 to 2.5 is fine, and all that. You can keep following this whole thing, and you can see that until this structure, this internal structure is violated, you see that buy that you are looking for inside here is not even valid. Following all these things now, I can say that the next place that I expect a trade from is even actually here. If I have to make a direct entry, just by paying attention to the internal formation, I can already tell that it is easy for this one to be used as liquidity, but this one, however, might hold. So if you are actually in the business of doing gambling, with your trade and you are ready to like enter with a limit, this would have been a better option than a direct entry here. It's either that or you can actually enter one trade to cover for the two of them. It's all structure, man. So check V25. V25. Volatility index 25. Let's see what's going on with it. Mhm. So we have this break here. This 15-minute time frame, by the way. We have this break here. It came to more than 50%, and you should have already been in a trade now. Fuck. Came more than 50%. We have a change of structure, of internal structure here. By the time we went above here, we have a change of internal structure. And since it's coming from the outside, this one becomes liquidity here or something. So you use that as liquidity and then you buy back up. Now, this is a temporal internal structure. Yeah. And regardless of whatever you think, there was a pullback to a reasonable high, reasonable something here. It might not be the best one, but so far the market is reacting to it and changing character, it is worth looking into. Remember, if I'm trading on volatility, I always trade on the lower time frame here, so I don't need to concern myself about bigger time frames like that. There's this little internal change of character here, and then there was and I also said that when it comes to volatility, synthetic, I expect premium pullback. Why? Because it's an algorithm. I've said this thing many times. It is an algorithm, and you guys know how robots work, right? If a robot is going to answer or